Hey, screeners, how you doing? It's myself, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan. You're muted. You're muted. Is that on purpose? Where are we going with this?
I'm here. God damn it. I just said you forgot to hit record because I just had to hit it.
No, I pressed it.
Was that on purpose? No. It was not live.
I pressed it. I pressed it at 10 seconds. I'm telling
5
you.
seconds, it literally said nothing. Anyway.
This comes from the guy whose internet has been lagging about 4 times in the green room, but we won't go into that.
You have a point. Let's move on.
Right. Okay. Right. Anyway. Hey, screeners, how you doing? It's myself, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
And me, Nico Lurot. Shout out to all of the Nicoholics. How y'all doing?
Okay, guys. So we're in the build up to that time. That time. One that
Game day, baby!
I get to celebrate saying the words the. I can say the for this game because the
game day, baby!
Yeah, the Batman is coming. So yeah, we're all kinds of geeked out here because when it comes to silver screen dudes, we celebrate the geekdom, and Batman is definitely one of those in there. Now, in such a situation, Nico, I believe it's only fair that we don't do this alone.
You're right. We have the silver screen dudes in the chat with us.
We do, but I think we can up the ante a bit more. Do you agree?
We can up the ante a bit more.
So, do you remember when I had the global one try and knock me down? You go, and I think there's some comments there you wanted to take care of. I appreciate that.
Oh, I mean, when you start, you don't stop. But yeah, let's bring up a few comments, just a few hellos. Francis Lalonde is here. Commissioner Gordon reads, "What weighs 6 ounces, sits in a tree, and is very dangerous." Robin, a sparrow with a machine gun. Commissioner Gordon, yes, of course. Batman, 1966. Thank you, Francis. Gavin Rand says, "Good evening, all." Hello, Gavin. Great to have you here. Saint Jackie G is in the house. Hello, Jackie. Great to have you back. Francis Lalonde is confirming. Got a copy of Snatch. Going to check it out soon. Do it.
Hey,
do it.
Nice, Francis. Love that.
And Francis Lalonde is happy to welcome me with the Batman.
Exactly. This is what it's all about, guys. Today, I can say that, and I'm celebrating the fact that I can say that. Yes, welcome to the Silver Screen Dudes, the Movie Mount Rushmore, talking about the Batman, because we're talking about the top 10 Batman movies, baby.
Go on, milk it, baby. Milk it. Get it out your system now.
Because, do you know what? Hold on. Let me pull this drawer. No, I take it back. I thought I had it. I used to have a Batman wallet until someone got me a new one for my birthday.
I have a Batman belt.
Oh, I do as well.
Yes, you do.
I actually did get one. Yeah,
I have one, but it's minimalist. Like the belt buckle is the bat symbol. That's it.
Oh, okay. So mine is the circle with the nice.
Yes, bat belt.
At first, I got really gassed because I thought you were telling me you had a utility belt. I was like, wow, you've outdone me.
It's only what my wife calls it. Wait, moving on. Fuzz Aldrin says, "Hey Nico, I saw Zapata and I loved it. Awesome! I'm really glad you got a chance to see that, Fuzz Aldrin." Ali Kamze joining us from the Middle East is back. Hello, Ali. Great to have you back. Riri Thomas is also here. Evening. Hope you're both good. Can't wait to see you. Let's got my tickets for the Batman midnight screening. Can't wait. So can't wait. Have you seen the reviews that are coming out for this thing already?
I've seen some awesome reviews. Just as I was leaving work today, a few more people were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it's all kinds of cool. It's all kinds of cool.
Oh, like 70s Coppola doing a take on Fincher's Zodiac. I heard that. I was like, yes, please. All day. That's exactly what I want. Oh, dude, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking excited for Friday. Ali Kamza asks, does the top 10 Batman include animated ones? You're damn right it does.
It does indeed.
Frank Torres says, hello, friends. Hope you're well. Can you remember the last movie you walked out on in the theater? Yes, I can.
Never done it. I was this close. I propped up at Cats, but I didn't do it.
What was the third of those JJ Star Trek trilogies with the backup dancer Idris Elba? What was the third one called? There was Star Trek, which I quite liked. Star Trek Into Darkness, which was the second one. The third Star Trek movie I walked out of.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't actually think what it is.
Ali Kamsa said, show us the belt. No.
Beyond?
Huh?
Was it Beyond?
Star
Was that
Trek
TV?
Beyond. Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
I'm not sure. I think it's Beyond. Anyway, that sucked. Jackie Gomez says, I have the Batman mask. Jackie Gomez, I demand tweet in photo. Photo in tweet, rather.
Yeah, I like that.
Shared.
Yes, it was Batman Beyond. I haven't seen Idris.
Star
Carl,
Trek
Idris,
Beyond,
he was there. Carl Urban's in it as well.
Was shit.
It
Was shit. Gavin Mann says, on a different subject, movie recommendation from last week is The Father, Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman. Yes, that is actually a good movie. I've seen that one. It's very good. Francis Bond says, futility belt, bizarre Batman. That's actually quite a good reference there. Who else have we got? Andy Hart's in the house. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Love that. Love that. And the text says, too much hype. You're wrong. You're wrong. It's not too much. All
There
I'm
is no
looking forward
such thing
to
as too much hype around Batman.
Friday is Retribution Day. Because it's the day that the world will unanimously stop saying Twilight Boy. It's done on Friday.
Do we have mixed memorabilia in this yet?
Not as yet.
Okay. I will hold back then, because mixed memorabilia asks me something and I'll wait for mixed memorabilia to say hello before I say anything further.
Jackie Gomez says, next week's topic, top 10 Batman movies with the Batman included. It might be worth revisiting. A lot of people are saying this is Dark Knight territory.
It could well be.
A lot of people say that this is Star Trek. Star Trek. A lot of people are saying that this is Dark Knight territory. Like, I
saw a few bits yesterday because I was on the old on the gram, as they say, and literally scrolled up and it was like 3 different retweets of Rotten Tomatoes where everyone's like 91%. And I'm like, I don't even want to watch. I don't want to I'm pumped already. I don't need more pumping. So that's what she said. That I was all over it. All over it. So
Riri says, I was out of Transform the last night. The vomit symbol, I agree. Oh God. Andy Hart has never walked out of a movie, came close to in Dreamgirls. Sorry, AJ. Sorry, Nico. I think Nico's even. Yeah, I like Dreamgirls. Ali Kamza says, I've never walked out of a movie, but once in protest, I put on headphones and in the middle of a movie. It was an Iranian movie and it sucked.
What was the name of that one, Ali?
Peaceful Protest.
There was an Iranian movie I have seen. I can't remember the name of it. Not obviously that saying it's the only 2 Iranian films out there, but yeah, I'm trying to see if that was the same one I was going to watch once. Yeah.
Salim Khan is joining us too. Hey, dude, super stoked to go watch it on Saturday. Salim, you're going to have a great weekend, buddy. It's going to be awesome. And Jackie Gomez says, finally, Robert Pattinson getting recognition he has always deserved. Incredible actor. I'm so excited for tomorrow night. Yes. Ooh. He's not going to be that. He's not going to be that like
preview.
Maybe she's going early. I don't know. She's in Brazil. She gets it early. She gets it early. Lucky Jackie. But yeah, Twilight Boy becomes a thing of the past tomorrow. You watch the Blu-ray and DVD sales for Robert Pattinson's, unwatched movies are gonna do this. So, oh shit, Sparkly Vampire Boy can act. You think?
As long as sparkly vampire movies don't start boosting up again.
Oh, I'm so excited for Friday. Fucking hell. All right, let's talk Batman.
Okay. All right. So before we talk Batman, despite Den's quote of it being too hype, guys, when I had the global one attack me, there was a gentleman who stepped in for me, and I believe it's only fitting based on his comic book knowledge that we bring him back for this. So please welcome back the one and only Big Tone. Big Tone is in the building.
Oi, everyone. Big Tone back in the zone. So glad to be a part of this, man, for one of my all-time favorite superheroes.
It is good to see Big Tone back. Big Tone, who also was part of one of our most successful top 10s of the James Bond top 10.
Indeed, yes, of course. Yes, he was involved in that as well. Indeed, he was, yeah. So, you bring the numbers, Big Tone. You bring the numbers.
Kevin Mann's already there for you, Big Tone. Say it. Big Tone.
You know what? As part of my condition to be here, I'm not allowed to talk about Revenge of the Sith today.
You just mentioned it. Goodbye, Tone. It was a pleasure. But yeah.
Jackie Gomez says, hi, Big Tone. Francis Lalonde says, hey, Big Tone. So, yeah, a few people are happy to see you here, big man. Great to have you back. I have a request. Where's the request gone? Sorry, 1 second. Was it in Brazil? It premieres today. Salim Khan says, Nico, you have to say, I'm Batman. There you
go. Was that the Bale version?
I'm Batman. It's definitely the Bale version. Salim Khan says, hi, Big T. Francis Lon. Frank Torres, giving Big Tone the claps. Andy Hart says, we'll try and watch The Batman this weekend, but Sunday is already taken up. I have my tickets booked for the best prequel of all time, The Godfather Part 2. It's half a prequel. Anyway.
Yeah, it's half a prequel. I agree with you, Nico, man.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome. Right.
Riri Thomas says, always elite, but even more elite when Big Tone is here. Oh!
Yeah. Nice. Thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for the love.
You got a Tony Khan paycheck there, bro. Right. Okay, guys. So we're gonna up the ante one more time because we have Big Tone. Now we're gonna have the man who changed my water into coffee. He is a man who has the abilities. If you've watched the Ministry of Wrestling episodes, he's been there. If you watch, it's coming up, the UFC show. He will be hosting that alongside Nico. And he's a man who's a whiz because he is a tech. We are talking about none other than the one, the only, Den the Tech. How you doing, I was really excited to have you here until you wrote in the comments, too much hype. What do you mean too much hype behind Batman?
How dare you, too much hype? Yeah, you're here now. Defend yourself.
Yeah, what happened is all the big Batman movies that's been really good were never hyped. The ones that's hyped are always crap. It's really sus. So I'm just literally not wanting to hype myself up. So I'm just like, nah, it's gonna flop, it's gonna flop, it's gonna flop. Hoping it doesn't.
Fair play.
Literally, that's what it is.
It's going to flop. Have you seen?
Don't worry, you're not going to be disappointed by this one.
I'm not going to lie.
Even the reviews
today with a tube strike. I have people who have taken a Friday off of work for it. I have people who are like, I can't do it Friday, but I'm going in on a Monday afternoon. I've got Monday afternoon.
This is a life-altering movie, I'm telling you.
Means nothing.
I am telling you, this movie is now going to be in the conversation for best comic book movie ever. I am telling you.
I agree.
Wow.
I think it's going to be that strong.
Cool.
I hope so.
I hope. There we go. I hope so.
Much.
I'll never say it is because do you remember Warner Brothers gave a movie a standing ovation? Like it's the greatest movie ever. Wonder Woman 84? Was that like a standing ovation?
Yeah, but it looked whack.
Batman vs Superman, standing ovation. Batman vs Superman, standing ovation. What happened there? I do not listen to that. I'll wait till I see it. I hope it's good. Sparkly Batman. That's right. Bring the hate.
I have
what?
BBS had
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you. Starting trouble.
As you can see, guys, it's going to be a lively one. So, because of this, the format is going to take it. Shall we hit him with it? Shall we go through the format of how it's going to go now, Nico?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different to our normal shows because there are 4 of us as opposed to 2 or sometimes 3, obviously. So the way the rundown is going to work today, it's going to... AJ, who went first between the 2 of us last week? Was it you or me? I think it was me.
Yeah, I believe it was you.
Okay, so AJ is going to go first, then I'll go. We'll literally go clockwise like this, starting with AJ. So AJ, me, Den, and Big Tone. And it's not going to be 3. So the bottom 3, then the next 2, then punting 1 apiece for the top 5. It's going to be we all go through our bottom 4. Then we go through our following 3. And then we will punt our top 3 each. But as always, AJ... if at any time one person is rounding off their individual list, one person has a movie in a high position, that person will say,
punt.
Once we have both rounded off all of our individual top 10
lists, once we have all rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will combine and create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential diverse must-see movies of the genre, which this week is top 10 Batman movies. Now, guys, normally it's just the 2 of us. And we, the Silver Screen Dudes, have that challenge. Oh, do you want to do that now, or can I just do my rundown bit first?
No. Do your thing.
Cool. So, what happens? We, the Silver Screen Dudes, Nico and AJ, will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential, diverse, must-see movies. And after that, the challenge goes over to you guys, the screeners. what you have to do is you have to head over to @MovieMT_Rushmore, or more importantly, We Love Movies, movie polls for you, good old JT, who retweet and post. There, the 4 films are there, and you have to vote for the number 1, El Capitan, the best of the best of the best, the must-see movie. Last week, our topic was...
Yeah, last week, as Andy Hart referenced, our topic was the best prequel movie.
Right. Thank you, Andy. And our contenders were...
Our contenders were Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Godfather Part 2, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and X-Men First Class.
You know how this went. Go on.
By the way, guys, did you vote? I just want to know if you voted, if you did.
I kind of missed that one for the first time. But you know I'm going to watch it anyway.
I wasn't talking about the watch. I was talking about the actual vote.
And also giving coffee on that one. So, damn, I owe you 2 coffees. That's 4 coffees now. God damn it. How much is it's going up?
Right, okay.
Have a guess.
This is on personal preference more than anything because it's a pretty tough one. No, actually, it's not. I'm going to go Temple of Doom in at number 4.
No.
What? Rogue One.
No.
Come on, man.
X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah,
come on.
No way that other one.
For me, I thought this is a pretty obvious one, but okay. X-Men First Class got smashed, mate. 8%.
Bastards. Right, in at number 3, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
Of course.
20%.
Rogue One in at number 2.
Annoyingly, yes. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story.
It's not as annoying as my one being number 4, so don't worry, we're all good.
Bro, that was just there to make up the numbers, if we're being real. Come on.
This is why I said take these other 2 out. Because surprisingly,
listen, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom had 20%. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story had 24%. They were quite evenly matched.
That's quite surprising,
this
actually.
Shithousery Godfather 2 that was like, well, yawn. Fucking 48%.
Ouch.
People vote without checking. They just vote because it's meant to be the one to win.
I sometimes wonder.
Like, as a prequel, not as a movie, you cannot tell me Godfather 2 is a better prequel than Rogue One. It's not.
But if it was strictly a prequel, it probably would have been. But it's not strictly a prequel, and that's where the problem lies.
That's it. It's half a prequel. But people saw Godfather. They were like, Godfather.
In offer, we can't refuse.
And that's in part 2. This is my point. All the iconic shit's from part 1.
Actually, he does say, I'm going to give them an offer they can't refuse in part 2.
Does Michael say that in the second one?
No, Vito says it. In Italian.
Oh, De Niro's Vito, yeah?
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Didn't remember it, so.
So what you trying to say? I should watch that movie, find out if it's good or not.
Again.
I'm playing, I've seen it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right,
I, like you, I'm not a big fan of number 1, and I finally watched number 2. I enjoyed number 2.
It all depends on the order you watched it in, and I didn't watch it in proper order. I watched it to...
See, that troubles
2, 1, 3. It's because I got forced to watch it, and I didn't watch it in order. It was like, you have to watch this movie. And I did.
I get that. I mean, to be fair, I watched Terminator 2 first. That's one of the few times that I've watched the sequel.
Same here. And it's much better.
Well, it is, but I'm saying just that it's one of the.
No, it's not. It's really good, but it's not much better. That's right.
Do you acknowledge that it's better then? If we're going to stress on the word much.
Yeah. It's better. It's not much better because you have to deal with what they had. They had no money. It was all rogue shooting. Arnie couldn't speak English for the life of him.
So nothing's changed there.
What are you talking about? I was governor.
Do you mean
I was governor?
It's a very poignant point that you make about them not having enough resources, and it's a product of its time. That's why I say stop knocking the Obi-Wan scene.
Oh God, Jesus!
This is a Batman podcast, no Star Wars.
The Batman has unlimited power.
You did not.
He has unlimited finances.
Batman has beaten Darth Vader with prep time.
He actually has.
In the comic, he
I
has.
love how you're going for prep time, and your backdrop is clearly the one that's had prep time, bro. Like
Yes, that's right. I'm the Batman. The Batman. Everything is the. Just let you know.
I'm sorry.
On the list is
that. Did you lot hear his listen to Robert Pattinson's interview with Variety? Apparently, the director Matt Reeves gave him a lot of like creative freedom on timings. So, and the one scene he was talking about was the scene that we've all seen in the trailer, where that it looks like one of the Joker followers is going up to him, and he's literally gone, literally, it's like 1, 2. Now I'm really fucked you up, and then he just looks down at him and goes, "I'm vengeance." Apparently, the line "I'm vengeance" was meant to become before the pummeling. But what Pattinson, he explained this in Variety. He said, what would be so much more powerful is if the beating escalates as if he's almost losing control. And then I say the words, "I'm vengeance," to be the last thing he hears as he drifts out of consciousness. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Bring on our bats. The fact that he made that creative decision, I'm like, if you did that with that, I cannot wait to see what you've done with this character.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you, Nico.
Den's actually thinking, oh, look, Patterson's got prep time as well now.
No, it's not that. It's just the hype is so real that no matter if the movie's good, it might be a letdown for you. I hate that. I hate the fact that you're so hyped for it. I'm happy. I'm happy.
The press junkets in the interviews, the things that he is saying.
I'm so happy you're happy for it, but Jesus Christ, I turned down the actual early screening.
Bro.
Why? Why?
So I can watch it with y'all. So I can watch it. I'm watching you guys.
No matter what, no matter how much redemption you believe is going to come from this, it's still a DC movie. And I say this as a Batman fan. Like, Batman is my upper echelon, but like, yeah, we still have to be cautious.
Oh, God, it's so scary.
Yeah, but you know what? I think we've been on a bit of a roll lately. This is why Nico's so hyped, because we went to see Spider-Man. We got exactly what we wanted.
So we've been on a roll. They've been on a roll.
Well, it is. It's we've been on a roll because we went to see Spider-Man. So, like, obviously, you got what you wanted from that film. Yeah. So now I'm looking at Batman. It looks like it's going to go how I think it's going to go, which is just going to be awesome. I don't
want to get overhyped.
No, I just want Batman to give me the same level of feeling I got in Spider-Man No Way Home, but on a completely different level. Like, you know, I don't want fucking Michael Keaton and Christian Bale turning up in this movie. No. I couldn't give a fuck about that. I want young, new to the game Batman not bassing the living fuck out of people.
Who was going to get?
True, but you are going to freak out if there was a direct like Joker reference in that film.
Yeah.
Who directed this one?
Matt Reeves.
So we're going to wait for the Matt Reeves cut then. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Release the Matt Reeves cut. Sorry, someone has to be a dick. Could be.
It could be.
Salim Khan says, Nico, what type of Batman are you expecting? Here's the thing, Salim. I'm expecting a type of Batman that I don't think we've ever actually seen properly before. I want to see Detective Batman. I want to see Batman like in the Arkham games. Really vicious and grisly, but being a fucking detective. That's what I want.
Do you know the one thing you mentioned with the previous Batman movie? I'll just leave it as that. Well, Batman vs Superman is that was one of the few times that we saw Batman move
properly. Yes,
and I'm kind of hoping for that more than anything. I want to actually believe in Batman, if you would, in the character when I'm watching it. That's one thing I'd like as a takeaway from this film.
Can I just say my reason I've been so down on Batman? I watched too much Batman back to back, and seen him win
24 hours.
Yes, and seen him win pretty much all the time when he shouldn't. I'm like, I'm fucking starting to hate him, which I shouldn't. I don't. But it's just, if you give me like a few more days, I would have been on the hype train with you guys. But I've had it still in my head going, how Superman, what? Yeah. So.
Now you know how it feels to prep for a movie Mount Rushmore. Just saying.
Nope. I didn't have to
one
watch
thing
them.
that DC knows how to do right. It's Batman.
It's promote.
And
they're really
Superman had a good showing.
Yeah, just one good show.
Jackie Gomez says exactly why I'm so excited. Saw some reviews comparing it to Zodiac and Seven, so it cannot go wrong. Literally.
You're right.
And Salim Khan says, I believe this Batman will definitely be in like any other movie we've seen. Me too! And I can't wait! But let's
What's
talk
Bruce
about
Wayne
the
like?
Batman movies that we have seen.
Right. So because there's so many of us guys and we're working in a clockwise order, we thought we'll switch the format up a bit. So let's just work with this for a sec. And Nico, I know you've done some magic, so I'm gonna just click a finger. And oh, look at that! Look at that beauty! Look at that beauty! This guy's been working hard. That's a beauty. Right?
Do you see this logo I've done? Oh yeah,
beauty, mate. That's a beauty right there, bro. That's a beauty right there. You know what? Props to you. Take center stage. Take a bow, son.
No. You go first. We keep it real. It's your
I
first.
was just giving you a bow. I was just giving you a moment for a bow, nothing more. But hey, you don't want it.
Okay, take a bow. Thank you so much.
That's all you get. That was my turn. Move along. Right. Okay. Right. I probably am the only one who is going to quote this one in number 10, or at all, should I say? But
everyone get ready on the punt. No, AJ probably picked everyone's one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the duck. Anyway, here we go. I went for 1966. Batman.
Nah, that's all you.
Of course. Listen,
mention for me.
Come in.
It's an honorable mention for me.
Honorable.
It's not even honorable.
Yes, it is. It's so entertaining. Go on, HA, school them.
No. Listen, school them. Right, so school them. Now, if you're going to compare it on the in the level of anything that's come after, of course it doesn't. You could easily say it doesn't have a place in there at all because it's way too lighthearted. It's as camp as hell. You've got crash bang wallop like they're trying to recreate comic books into real life TV. It doesn't feel like where was this going? However, put yourself back into an early years. Don't be the person you are now and go back and maybe it's nostalgia talking, but take this on as a kid. Right, and you're seeing Batman and Robin take on the greatest of Batman's villains. So even if you've even watched the cartoons and stuff along the way, you have got the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, and Catwoman all on a mission to take out Batman. That alone was just, put it this way, we've all had the Avengers moment. And Nick, you talk about that moment where you had all the heroes together for the first time and it done that spin.
The circle, yeah.
That is very much, in a way, the first time I ever had oh my God, they're all together. How is this going to happen? And that was something that I will never take away. And I will also say, it's another conversation, very, very instrumental in what gave me the passion to write a script when I tried to write a comic book script, right? Oh, that formation of villains to take on something. Remember, I haven't read comics. I hadn't seen stuff like Sinister Six or anything like that. I saw this before I saw anything else, even before the Spider-Man animation. And for that, no matter how camp and cheesy it is, yeah, we could talk about the fact that he has shark spray when he's coming out and you've got the most shark that you will ever picture in your entire life. I thought it was absolutely awesome to be able to see that as a kid. And I've looked back at it and I thought, oh my God, this is cheesy. But there's a fun nostalgia and appreciation that I've always had looking back into it. And I would be remiss not to put it onto my list.
Can I defend you on one thing, actually, with that original Batman? It was something I was just thinking about. No, you can leave yourself on. It's your show time. I'll just stay on the side. It's fine. I'm nice and quiet here in my corner. If you think about, I'm going to talk about the villain specifically. Who played the Joker? Cesar Romero, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that Joker's obviously changed substantially over the years. We've seen that character evolve. Much as I love the Jim Carrey, right? The Riddler's also changed. And if this new Batman is anything to go by, the Riddler has continued to evolve. Even through the animations, the Riddler's evolved. Through the TV, the Riddler's evolved.
Yeah,
right?
My God, the Riddler in Gotham was awesome. Sorry.
Yeah, right. The Riddler in video games has evolved. Now, although there have been iterations of Penguin that have expanded, I'd argue that Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin, it's gone a bit darker with Danny DeVito. Yeah, it's gone, a bit more sort of English Cockney with the whole broken bottle as a monocle in the Arkham games. But then look at the animated. Look at, the animated movies and the animated series. We're still very close to that. Oh, yes. Suaveness of the gentleman Penguin. Even Danny DeVito had beats of that.
Yeah.
So there's an argument to be made. Like, I know people will call sacrilege because, everyone's going to pull for Danny DeVito. There's an argument to be made that Burgess Meredith still has set the standard for Penguin.
Danny DeVito wasn't a good Penguin.
What's an argument? Don't mean it's right, but there's an argument.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, he set the tone and pace. It doesn't mean that he hasn't been outdone, but to set the pace and set the tone, I can't argue with that. Yeah,
far superior actors have played Penguin. My point is that all of these actors who have like brought on their own stamp, like none more so obvious than the Joker, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Penguin's been giving you stamp since Burgess Meredith. He is always in some capacity suave, debonair, a bit cocksure, and you've got a very clear image of the Penguin which hasn't had much variation, and I attribute that to Burgess Meredith.
I don't know. I feel
note?
it's very different between the Batman Returns, like Danny DeVito Penguin. He took a big turn for the gross. Yeah, compared to the Batman 1966.
That wasn't Penguin, by the way. At the time, Penguin is meant to be suave, a mayor, or something like that. They just took it a different way in that movie. That's not Penguin. But anyway, please note this conversation we're having. We're talking about Batman, but we end up talking about his Rogue. This will come up as the day goes.
Well, bro, I'm not going to lie. I mean,
please note.
We're going to realize.
It's one of the best parts about Batman. It's
the
only
Rogue
part
Gallery.
about Batman.
But what in it? Where are we going to go with this? Yes, we're going to highlight Batman, but it's going to be Batman's adversary in each of these films. It's going to give it a different spin. Otherwise, but again, this is a different take on Batman, and I did say that from the beginning. It's a whole lot more lighthearted. He is a bit more comedic. The utility belt is used more than ever in this film than any other film. Like, I can join him. I'm just showing like what the tick and the beat was for me. Like I used to love those TV series as a kid, and one day stumbling upon that and realizing that it's not a TV series, I'm seeing it's like a feature-length film was a very interesting take. It's really funny actually while we're on this, and I mean obviously it'll come up a bit later, but how much of a spin watching this was compared to, and I didn't realize at the time, but it gradually built on me how dark it turned once the animation kicked in. Like, there's a certain tone you can picture with Superman until like the Man of Steel. That took a different side of Superman, but Batman went from hey all happy and smiling, and that was live action, and then animation was dark.
I give it this.
That's quite an interesting twist.
Give it this. Back then, Batman was really dark. They made it childish because they want to sell as usual, but it was a dark comic.
Yeah, so for sure. The comic
people that read the comics, watched that, hated that they're making him down. I ain't gonna lie. I watched the TV series when I was younger. I watched that crap. I sat back, watched it, cussed it, loved it. I watched Spider-Man in LA, loved it. So it was not good, but it was good for us. It was. Do you know what? It wasn't good for his time. It was just.
It had to be. It's not true to Batman form in essence because he is the dark.
No.
Hang on to that word you said. True to Batman form. That's something I'm going to come back to as well.
Because like what you got to understand is there's been many different iterations of comics. Just as there's been many different iterations of animation, computer games, every type of media. Batman has taken a lot of twists and turns. And like that one is just focusing on the more light-hearted stories. The stories that got like Robin introduced in the first place because they thought, we wanted like a child mascot because the books are a bit too dark. So like
who was it who played Robin? Burt Young, right?
Burt Ward,
the most disgusting, awesome dude on the planet. He used to sign his things with a certain signature. It wasn't ink.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Okay, all right.
Frank Torres says, question for the panel. What kind of post-credit teaser do you guys want to see? I do not want to see this movie connected to the bigger DC verse. I want this to be a completely standalone thing. It wouldn't bother me if they did no
I was going to go down that road.
If they do one, something like The Dark Knight, just set up the next movie. That's it.
I don't even know if I want a post-credit.
I don't want a post-credit.
Me personally,
I think that's
I want the Joker. I'm sorry, I do want this movie to be connected to Joker. Yeah, and like that being its own more realistic universe.
Just as you spoke about before, he has a very great rogue. We always Joker.
I'm just saying, I don't think this
Joker,
is...
this Joker versus this Batman.
Love it. I mean, I would love to finally one day see Clayface, but I don't think that's the feel they're going for in this film.
No,
Maybe the
I think
DCEU.
Clayface is a long time coming, if I'm honest.
I
if
would
ever.
love to see Clayface one
Do you
day.
know what? And I'm not going to lie, I think Clayface... It's interesting
too
to
out
picture
there.
Clayface. Huh?
Clayface
It's
could
too
be
out
Peacemaker.
there.
Kite man.
Peacemaker season 2.
That's the
Condiment
thing. I
King.
think Clayface, if I'm honest, might have fallen, and you probably would have hated it, but would have fallen under more of a Burton / Schumacher type era.
Can I be real? Do you know who I'd like to see again? And I'd like to see the version from the animated series, which is still to this day my favorite iteration. I want to see Mr. Freeze again.
Well, let's just
We
I
had the
suppose we have to
perfect
wait.
freeze.
I suppose we have to move on.
Behave.
Sorry.
It may come up
Behave.
in people's lists, so it's not.
Hey, Den.
Come on. Come
Why
on.
don't you go and cool off?
Okay.
Your brother's here, AJ. Yo. Francis Lalonde approves the choice, AJ. 1966. And Gavin Mann says, I am with you on this, AJ.
you, brother.
Old school from Francis Lalonde. Ali Kamze says, it's so fun. Hashtag. I'm with
Exactly.
AJ.
That's what it
That's
is.
a hashtag. That's a hashtag right there. I might even get that
That's-
printed on a
You
t-shirt.
should put that as
Hashtag
part of
I'm with
your
AJ.
big
Love
man.
it.
You should put this literally like here. Like, wait 1 sec. Sorry.
Are we going where I think you're going with this?
You can thank me later.
I like that. And then, I like that. But the is gone, and for me to be the one AJ, like maybe let's just go with the one AJ. Hashtag I'm with AJ.
Where's the? I'm with the AJ.
Jackie Gomez likes your style, then you're killing her. Killing it. Andy Hart says it makes my top 10. Ali Kamza says I actually love Cesar Romero's Joker. He's having so much fun. Agreed. What's Nathan saying? Big bro even had the DVD. Don't play with him when it comes to Bruce.
So that was, you know what? That was the beginning of my DVD collection. I always wanted the first from. Screw it, while we're on the topic now. It was the Burton and Schumacher. That was my first 4 DVDs. Then I went on the biggest hunt to find that 1966 movie because I remember catching it on TV. I remember cringing at points. Like, oh my god, I thought this was cool. But
Are you possibly referencing to this part that Jackie Gomez is referencing? Is that the one where Batman fights the shark in a helicopter?
It's
First part of the
exactly that
film.
one, Jack.
Can I say something? Everyone talk about the shark, but what about Batman with the bomb? And he kept running around with the bomb. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
There's also that part, isn't it, where people, I'm sure, am I confusing the film with a TV episode? No, it was the film where everyone gets disintegrated and he mixes it to bring them back, and then you've got one ambassador talking another ambassador's language, and they had to redo it and rejig it. It was it's all kinds of crazy and stupid, but it's fun. It's fun, and that was the main thing about it.
I give it.
Exactly.
Here's a good take from Francis Lalonde. Batman 1966, introducing new generation to German expressionism via scenery, Dutch angles. If that's true, that's awesome. I don't believe it, but hey, Mixed Memorabilia's here. Hello. As you know, not so clued up about these such topic. However, Batman is the best. My favorite superhero. I'm still mesmerized by the incredible animation series.
So I'm going to shout out a gentleman by the name of Miles. Hopefully you're watching, Miles. I coincidentally, he's a friend of the missus and also a friend of mine. But I met him through the missus, and we were talking yesterday, and that's what he said. That the animation sticks as the greatest form of animation that we've ever seen.
Please hold on that. Hold on that.
Holding.
You talk about the 1990 animation series, right?
Yeah, Batman the animated series.
Yeah. I got my. That's part.
All right, yeah. But I'm just saying that was one of the things that mentioned.
You're taking all my speeches.
No. But that was like, apparently it killed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Also, while Mixed Memorabilia signed up, and thank you for saying Batman is your favorite superhero. That touched me. Mixed Memorabilia, I followed your advice, and I have watched The Last King of Scotland.
Hey!
I promise I'll wait for Mixed Memorabilia to come before I bring this up.
And
It's a great film. It's
Forrest.
a very good film.
Forrest Whitaker.
But it was James McAvoy who stole the show.
Oh, come on, man.
Bro, listen.
Come on.
Whitaker was good. I'm not.
You're just a hater at this
Is
point.
it the best I've seen Forrest Whitaker do? Hell yes. But it was still McAvoy's movie.
No.
All right, it was not.
Cool. Cool. Watch the film back. Watch the film back for yourself with the perspective of whose movie is it. Am I saying he was a shit idiot? I mean, no. But it was McAvoy's
Has
movie
he changed your mind about being a backup dancer?
because he's done one good film. He's still a
No.
backup dancer.
Just answer the question. It's a yes or no question.
Who's the backup dancer?
No. He thinks
Who's the backup dancer?
Forrest Whitaker.
You call him a backup dancer?
Bro, show me.
Look how angry
You know
Danny.
what? I'm not even that guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't follow.
You clearly are.
Has he ever been up for best actor or is it mainly best supporting? Even when it comes to that film, was it best actor or best supporting?
Has he been up for an award? Well done, Forrest Whitaker, for just being up. There's a lot of people that's never even been up for an
I'm not
award.
saying no.
So let's end it there.
No. All right, here we go.
Backup.
Hasn't Idris
Jesus
Elba
Christ.
probably been nominated for one thing or another?
I
Look,
don't think
right,
so.
you get paid
Yeah,
a lot
I
as a
love
backup
Idris,
dancer.
man. It's you guys who hate Idris for some reason.
Acknowledge
Y'all
it.
hate Idris as well. God damn.
Acknowledge
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Nah,
man.
it just
You know
sucks.
what?
It just sucks. I won't hear anything else. It just sucks.
I'm not saying they suck. I'm not saying Forrest Whitaker or Idris Elba suck. They're just not the main event. That's all it is. They're supporters. They're not main.
Not in that
Then
film.
I don't know
Not
what
in
kind of-
Last King of Scotland. He stole the
Huh?
show. It was his film.
Listen, when he first came in and I saw the animation, I was like, this is the best I've seen from him. I'm not going to knock that. I'm not going to knock
All right,
that.
all right,
It's
all
a
right. Do you
good
want me
film.
to actually read out his awards? Because I Googled that. I used to say. Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, The Last King of Scotland.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
it stops there.
Wow, it's
It's
done.
dead.
Okay, I'll take it back.
He's pushing the front of the stage.
Cool.
Mm.
He also got a BAFTA for that as well.
Good for him. Do you know what else is nominated for a BAFTA? Do you know what else is nominated for a BAFTA while we're on this? Because I thought I'd bring it up anyway. Along the buses in London right now, No Time to Die, nominated for 5 BAFTAs. Where are we going with this?
They're all
Yeah,
visual
they get-
effects BAFTAs, which it deserves.
That's
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
once
play. I
again.
like-
It would be a. That's right. I can jump on it now. I'm on the
so
actual
ready
thing.
to drop that bomb and run too.
So that.
You're so fucking ready to.
Bear in mind, I don't hate the film. It's not a Bond
Oh, no,
movie, but I don't hate
it's
the film.
fucking terrible. Let's
It's
not
not
be under
terrible.
any
It's a shit Bond
illusion.
movie, but it's not a terrible film.
It's not
Oh,
a terrible
dear.
film.
Be real to
Yeah.
I was
yourself.
about to jump in and say that it's a terrible bun.
It's a
terrible
terrible Bond
Bond.
movie. It's not a
But
terrible
It's
it's-
film.
getting very out of hand.
All right,
Anyway,
anyway.
that's your first movie.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us.
By the way, Ali
Yes.
Kamsa says R.I.P.
Yes,
to Adam
yes,
West.
yes.
too.
That
Yes.
one hurt.
The
Do you know
best
that
mayor
one-
of the world.
I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but I'll try and find a picture of it. Very briefly on Adam West. He was listed in a phone book, and he kind of said to people like, "Search for this." And he basically like quoted himself as Batman in 3 different phone books. It was one of these like witch hunts to try and find his telephone number. It was a poor example of a story because I can't remember it correctly, but I will find it and I'll share it with you guys the next week. Right. Okay. In at number 9.
Just
I'm-
quick few questions.
go for it.
Jackie Guy says, does Batman sidekick movies also count? Because Red Hood is easily one of the best Batman movies there is. In answer to that, Jackie G, oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Frank Torres says, what the fuck? James McAvoy? Your brother is joining you, AJ. Forrest ain't shit.
He's the one who put me on the train.
Ali Kamsa says, I'm sorry, but hashtag I'm not with AJ on this one.
Fair play. Fair play. I had it and I lost it. I appreciate that. But listen,
Jackie Gomez says AJ watched The Last King of Scotland all wrong.
maybe.
Frank Torres says, but in AJ's defense, Too Fast, Too Furious was a better movie than I remember. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's a good film, man.
I
That's a
think
funny
that's also
film.
a shot.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm going to take it as a win.
Quick one from Gavin Man 2. Best Alfred.
See,
Michael
I have a
Caine.
lot of. I have a very soft spot for the guy who was in the first 4 films.
Michael
However-
Goff.
Yeah.
He's
However,
great, but Michael Caine, man.
Michael
No.
Caine.
I also like Sean Pertwee in Gotham, you know.
That's who I was going to go for. I was
He's
trying to
good
compare
as well,
Pertwee,
but
I think
Michael
was
Caine.
an awesome Alfred.
Yeah.
I
And
might
my
lean
only
Sean
regret,
I never
Pertwee.
thought about.
Yeah, I'm with
my
you.
only
I'm with
regrets
you on
about
this one.
Michael Caine is he didn't say anywhere you forgot to blow the doors off.
Yeah,
Come
innit?
on.
It's such a
It
missed
should have been a nice little
opportunity.
touch.
Anyway, AJ, you're number 9.
Right. This one I'm sure is a punt. From the Dark Knight trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises.
Punt.
Not a... Oh,
Um,
big
Punt.
No, I'm in the same category.
Yep,
So-
but Big
But
Tone's
for
higher,
Big
so
Tone,
we punt.
Big Tone is probably higher than that, so we'll leave it at that.
Big Tone, so it's higher than 10, 9, 8, 7. It's 6 or above, yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to help me with this, by the way, because as much as I watch a show, I never remember the format. So sorry. But carry on.
Don't
Carry
worry,
on.
you're
Sorry.
last, so you're all good. Right, here we go. In at number 8 for me, Batman versus Superman.
Okay. Anyone else punting that?
That's my 9.
That is also my number 9.
Okay, cool.
Big Tone's 9. Got that poster. Did I get anything interesting, or am I still boring? Anything fun? Carry on. I got that.
Oh, I was going to go for that until it said limited edition. So I haven't seen the extended version, which kind of troubles me.
It's much better.
This is what I've heard.
Oh God.
I actually wanted to do myself the biggest challenge one day, and it was going to be like a DC day. It was going to be Batman versus Superman.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Into the extended one into.
What, is this a pun? Dan, is this a pun? Is that why you're saying sorry?
No, I'm saying sorry because you was going to do a DC day. So I'm just saying sorry for that day.
Oh, sorry for that.
What a
It was
waste of
gonna
a
be- it was gonna be
day.
like Batman versus Superman right into Justice League extended. Like it was going to be double extended. It just
Okay.
wrong time of the year, so I didn't do it.
Oh,
And
shit. Kevin Mann says, above Dark Knight Rises! Jackie Gomez follows, are you kidding me?
I'm guessing the I'm with AJ was like a one and done, but hey, c'est la vie. But yeah, this film, it's very difficult when I break it down because I remember not having the most excitement with it, but there are very exciting points along the way. One, going back to what you said, Nico, the way he moved. This is the truest form of Batman we have seen in terms of the motion and hiding in the shadows that you would expect from Batman. I believe that's one thing Snyder caught perfectly. It gave us
Perfectly.
the essence of Batman. Yeah, Shark Eyes may not have been the one, but I think he still pulled it off. I think he still pulled it off.
I don't think Affleck was a good Batman. I find it bewildering that some people actually say he's their favorite Batman. I just can't get my head
He's
around
a good
that.
Bruce
Not
Wayne.
my favorite. Not my favorite, but he would have been a good Batman in a good Batman movie.
That's
He
a
is-
good
he
Black
is-
Panther. He hasn't
he is
had
a
a
si-
chance.
No, he
He's
hasn't had a
He's a
chance.
size. He's a size. He's an actual.
But
He's
this
an
is what I was
okay
going to say. I think the frame was right for what you'd expect a man of his abilities to be able
No,
to
I
do.
mean, respect for him for getting in shape, for sure.
Yeah.
Massive respect. But these guys have paid millions of dollars to get in shape. Let's not suck their dicks too much, yeah?
Oh no, he was in
Um,
shape. His Ben Affleck's got a bat cave in his basement in real life.
But-
He's the truest.
No,
form of a
I know.
Batman.
He's a massive Batman fan, but just because you're a fan of something doesn't always mean it turns out well. But
A director. Anyway, don't worry.
and
It wasn't a
Nick
good movie.
it was the thing. It wasn't a good movie, and that's why it slowed down both of our lists and Big Tone's list as well. There were
like
things in
online.
it
It had
that were,
redeeming qualities.
yeah, they
Mhm.
were the closest
Yeah.
thing to Batman that I would want Batman to be.
The
that I've seen in
Batman
any
vision,
Batman.
the Batman vision's done me in.
The warehouse fight is one of the best Batman fights I've seen. That was
Yes.
superb. That was
Yes.
fucking genius.
Batman murdering.
That's
He's
true.
been pushed over the edge. Like,
However, I'm
Look,
going to
this
talk
is the
about
thing, there
another
was some
film
stuff I
later where
didn't agree
Batman's a
with along the
murderer.
way.
and
right?
there's
And I
the other scene. Sorry, is that it, with his grappling hook where you actually see him actually taking off. Normally, you just see go off screen, or you have like a first person point of view with the background moving. This showed him in full flowing motion. We haven't really seen that with that level of fidelity before. And the scene, this actually, more I think about it, it's one of my favorite scenes. It's when Superman stops the Batmobile.
That's cool.
Any other man on the planet has literally just been stopped by a
Oh,
demigod.
Crap.
Literally by a demigod. Yeah?
I should have put the mixer
Then
in just to say.
Superman comes and rips the roof off of the Batmobile. Most men would be like, ah! You know, it's like, you are literally a god to us. Not man. He stands up and without blinking.
Do you bleed?
Do you bleed? It's so badass. It is so fucking good. And it's just like, you were capable of doing this, and then you also gave us Martha. Like,
But this
why?
Once again, not Ben Affleck's fault. That's right.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
blame
That's the
Affleck. That was bad
convoluted
writing.
script's fault.
It was someone who
Great
realized
Bruce
the
Wayne, great
coincidence
Batman,
and wanted
shit
to
script.
market on it. That's the sad thing about it. I think in terms of a reason that's going to stop two of the biggest heroes in the history of comic books from fighting and tearing each other apart, our mothers have the same name. Well played. You know?
Terrible, right?
That's just absolutely
Awful.
ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. One of the things that's not related to Batman, but I think one of my favorite scenes when it does come to this film is the fact that Lex Luthor was able to bring Superman to his knees without kryptonite. I think that was the ultimate boss move.
Poetic.
The ultimate boss move. I thought.
And then
even in that though, there's a lot of plot holes.
Everyone's talking about the
There's a
name
lot of plot
Martha.
holes.
I'm talking about the fact that Superman lands and go, Bruce, I need to talk to you. Then speak. Stop telling him I need to say. Just say.
Yeah, but
It was so frustrating.
writing.
I was sitting there going, just. Hence why it's not even on my list. I'll spoil it right now. None of those movies are on my list.
The extended cut is a lot better. Like
I
a lot
appreciate it.
better.
And I do want to say, I will give it its dues because as I said, if I can find redemption, I'm not saying I had a great time in it. I remember walking out thinking, what the hell? And those, as I said, those visions, nightmares, dreams, whatever the hell you want to call them, they done me in. But there were some really good points in there. I think even Jeremy Irons as Alfred had its good moments to it as well.
Yeah.
And the way they paid a few odes to the past with a couple of throwaway lines, I thought that was kind of cool as well.
No. I mean, for me personally, I feel this film had a lot of excellent parts. That's why it made my list. Obviously, you mentioned the warehouse scene. That's probably the highest reason why it made my list. Because again, that might actually be the best man on-screen fight of all the films. Yeah, like name me one better, and I'll look. But then, like the start when he's in Civilian Cove, just watching the demigods destroy like the city, Metropolis. That's such an amazing, adrenaline-filled way to start the film. And if you thought that was the type of tone, if that was the type of tone they maintained throughout the film, we will be up there saying it's up there with Avengers and everything as one of the greatest comic book films. But like it just went downhill with the convoluted script. They're trying to shove too many like things into one film. I've always thought that like Batman versus Superman and Dawn of Justice should have been two separate films, not one film. Yeah. And like again, that would have actually made the death of Superman, spoilers, like justified like at the end of BVS. Because again, he would have earned it.
Just a little thing. That got raving reviews when it first, before it actually came out as well. Just to try to get you to calm the hype down a little bit.
No, it didn't. That's actually not true. That movie was embargoed until 24 hours before. The report was that it was the Hollywood, it was the Warner Brothers execs who hyped their own movie.
Them one, yeah.
These are real critics who are hyping Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman story.
Critics. Okay.
Huh?
What is I know we're on a YouTube thing, but I gotta find out. You watch John Campion and stuff like that. What did you say about this movie? Was it a good rating from him? Because I don't
trust John Campion. Yeah,
I kind of trust him. And what's it called again? Jeremy Johns. Jeremy
Johns. But like, I trust more people like Angry Joe in it. Yeah, like people that are just.
I like to listen to that guy called Nico Lurot. He tends to do some good reviews.
Nico loves to talk about after the fact.
The silver screen dudes are your go-to people.
Thank you.
They're the ones they watch this review and then make the review from the review, right? Because they all reviewed that they loved what's it 007, and then they saw this one. Oh, actually, no, we don't. There's a French guy in Britain that loved and that hated
it. All right, let's carry on. What have we got here?
Number 7, yeah.
Frank Torres says we never got our solo Batfleck movie. Hard to believe. Francis Lalonde says good point then regarding good film. Gavin Mann says listen to your guilty pleasures episode recently and interested to see where AJ ranks Val's Batman. I'm very interested to see what I have to say. Jackie Gomez says the only good thing about Batman vs Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman was the warehouse scene because it was brutal in the right way and it looked a lot like the Batman games. But that's all. I've got one or two other scenes, but for most
there's
part,
more stuff. There is. I invite you to watch it again.
I would agree.
It's
too
not
much
as
was
fun
trying
as
to
you
get
think.
crammed. Sorry, Tone, what was that?
I said I invite you to watch it again. Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman. Like, try the extended cut as well. It's not as bad as you think.
So I just read the comments.
People who think Ben Affleck is the best Batman live in their mother's basement and over the mention of Zack Snyder's name.
Just in case you will.
That's a little harsh.
I'll be sure to forward this on to Mr. John Campier.
Ben Affleck, not best Batman, a good Batman.
A good,
And does that actually count?
He was fine. He was not even in the conversation.
So much better.
Best.
He was going to die with the Batman.
Ben Affleck was an episode of Monday Night Raw. Ben Affleck is an episode of Monday Night Raw. He's just there. He's just
don't do him like that.
Wow.
He's just there.
But he's not NXT
down
2.0,
here
so it's a compliment.
Exactly.
Wow.
Anyway,
Your brother AJ says Affleck was boring. West was boring, but I also thought he wasn't bad either. Just boring then, yeah?
The thing is, if you think of it as well, too much was trying to, and I go with Big Tone's statement, too much was trying to be crammed into that film and it got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And that's what it killed a potentially good film.
Why did you say that name? One of the worst Batman moments in Batman movie.
Save Martha!
Just not as worse as that Talia al Ghul death scene.
Can we be fair though? Not even one of the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Moments. It's one of the worst film moments. Why did you say that though? That it has to go up as one of the worst moments.
It's one of the biggest meme generators ever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alongside a certain other thing.
Leave it. Just leave
it. Andy Hart says Batman's motivation in Batman vs Superman makes 0 sense. That I agree with.
It started
Gavin
off making sense. It started off making sense, but then they sort of like, went of left field, and then it didn't make any sense at all.
Gavin Mann says, for me, Wonder Woman is the best DC film since The Dark Knight. Oh, no.
Nah, son.
No. Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
No, since Dark Knight, wasn't Man of Steel pre-Dark Knight?
No.
Why
No,
do
it's after.
Why do I keep doing that?
Superman Returns came out around then.
Correct. Not Man of Steel.
Yes, this is true. Yeah,
Mixed Memorabilia says, I think it's going to be a record-breaking show. We do need to hurry the fuck up. AJ, you're number 7.
Look, what can you think?
Right. Yeah. Batman Begins.
Punt.
Yeah, that's a triple punt, my friend.
Love, why is that so low? Well, anyway.
I'm not going to argue. We'll talk about it later.
Exactly.
Wow.
Solo.
Solo. Over to me. Right, in at my number 10. AJ, get your finger on the punt button. Batman Forever.
Punt.
There it is. Thank you. My number 9 was Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition, which we've just spoken about. 8 was, I believe, the punt for Big Tone, Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. My number 7.
That was a punt.
It's me, the Lego Batman.
Do you know what? That is in my mind. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, I can jump in with this one. That's my 9.
Cool.
Yes, let's talk Lego Batman.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, he's such a dickhead. I love him.
It's just perfect Lego movie making, isn't it? It's like they take ideas which are established and they kind of flip them on their head and they completely make sense. Case in point. Hey, Alfred, I'm home. Right? That was brilliant. That opening scene where he's I love the idea that he's a narcissistic almost Batman, like driving around all the villas going, "'Cause I'm Batman!"
His music, the Robin costume was just a Batman costume, the reggae version.
That was my next time. Robin literally ripping his tights off like fucking Chris Pontius and Jackass.
I can only look in your eye from here. And it was Batman. You guys talk about bad guys. Batman. It was Batman versus Warner Brothers.
Literally.
Sauron was there. Sauron. Voldemort. Fish. You're a fish.
They did miss a trick not having Ray Fiennes do the voice of Voldemort again.
Well, he's a dick. I got personal stories about that fucking twat.
He's a hell of a talented actor.
He's a hell of a fucker. If I see him again, I'm gonna give him no nose.
Right. Okay.
Sorry. Let's be all nice. Sorry.
Let's be nice.
I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie. Like, it's been on my list to watch, but it's just one of those things I never got around to.
Oh, it's so
Rewatch
good.
it. It's
so
such a
good.
good movie.
Did
I had
you
to
like
watch that
Did you like the
after.
Lego movie?
Yeah, I did.
You're gonna love this then. You are going to
Yeah.
love this.
And to be honest, I thought Batman was the best part of the Lego movie.
You love this even more. It's such a good movie, and the relationship between Batman and Joker.
No, it's perfect. It's argument to be made. Is it the best Batman Joker relationship ever?
It's a really, really good movie. I recommend it to anyone to watch.
Fantastic.
I actually watched that after I watched all my Batman movies and I got disillusioned. I watched that one just to bring me out of my
Your Batman.
funk I was in. Even though
I'll
kind
say
of
it.
You gotta watch that at the end of your DC day, AJ.
Yeah, literally.
Probably.
The first act is one of the best superhero movie acts ever.
Oh,
Just
thanks,
ever.
Gavin. It's on Amazon. I'll check it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. No. Oh, yeah, I'm losing track of the chat here. But yeah, Big Tone, get on this movie. The third act is a little bit weak, but Act 1 and 2, it's such good filmmaking.
It's
It was fun. It was fun. It's been
that's
a
why
while.
the
What the
description was
trailers?
really good.
I like what I've seen in the trailers, so yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, hey, it's me, the Lego Batman. Yeah, first try. So good.
Wait, no, first try.
First try. So that was my number 7.
Yep, my number.
That was quick.
Sweet.
Jesus, 4 minutes, AJ, nearly an hour. Booyah!
You know how the AJ
All right.
rocks.
The one AJ.
My number 10. Batman Forever.
Okay.
Batman Forever. That's
That was
a pun.
a pun. Yep. Your number 9. Sorry.
Batman vs Superman.
Done.
Yep.
Now I feel this is going to be a punt for at least somebody. The Dark Knight Returns, the full cut.
Oh, what the fuck? No, that's a pun.
That's a punt.
That's definitely a punt.
That's a
Wow.
punt.
It's not a punt for someone. That's a punt from everyone, my
That's
friend.
a
What?
Oh,
What the
okay.
fuck? You just got triple punted. You're in
I was
AJ
playing
territory.
like
That's a triple punt.
I'll explain why, like, that's not higher. I mean, from this point upwards, I love all these films so much. That's the only reason why it's not.
So
higher.
you didn't like this film?
No, I love it. Like that's what
Let's
I'm
talk about that
saying.
when we get there. We'll start with
Yeah.
you. Why you don't
Oh.
like it?
I don't do that. Like
Big Tone?
anyway, my number 7, Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood.
And
Punt.
that is a
Punt.
punt for me as well.
Triple punt. You just got triple punted twice, Big Tone. How do you feel? How do you feel now?
I feel like my opinions are very valid, and I'm
Six punts in 2 turns. That's got to be a record.
At least you can say I don't follow fashion.
A punt's better than people go. Yeah, I haven't even picked that on my list, so that's much better than not on anyone's list.
Den, you're up.
Right, time for mine to be all weird and stuff.
Just before you
Mine
start,
first.
sorry, mate. Just before you start, let me go through a few comments very quickly,
Sweet,
please.
go ahead.
Jackie Gomez says Batman Begins at number 7. Oh my freaking god, AJ. Gavin Man
Yeah, but
says,
we're in Big Tone now. Why did you even have to go back to that?
well, because we've been listening to a few messages. Gavin Man says, massive pun. I always like how AJ pulls out so many surprises. Nathan, your brother
right.
says Bale wasn't my guy. I cannot lie. Andy Hart says Lego Batman, my number 6. It's a very good movie. Gavin Mann says Lego Batman is my number 5. Frank Torres says Lego Justice League throwing a party without Lego Batman was hilarious. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was
That
proper
sounds
funny.
funny.
No,
Spoilers,
there's
y'all.
no party in here. That was actually brilliant. I forgot about that scene. Gavin Mann says, does the Lego movie count? Listen,
doesn't
Batman
seem-
was the best part of that movie. I wouldn't
Oh.
count it personally.
No.
but-
Sorry,
was too
just
short.
what we're saying. No, it can't. To me, no. I personally, it has to be Batman in like main stage of the film as opposed
Right.
to in the feature. That's the way but like if anyone's gone down a Flash or Justice League route, that's their own personal choice, but it's not a way I personally went.
No, I agree with that. Jackie Gomez says Will Arnett was so good. Mixed Memorabilia says AJ, thank you for watching The Last King of Scotland. I still feel that Forrest Whitaker completely owned that film. Art is so great. Maybe rewatch it again.
Do you know what? I think maybe I went in with a negative because, as I said, like when I first saw him, he he captured the moments. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt like I'm still following McAvoy's story. So that was my beef. But hey, it's not a.
McAvoy
I
was
just
just
feel like it could have been a Ted Barker, but anyway, that's a personal opinion. But
Nathan says, "Yo, that was so dopey." Not really sure which one you're referring to, Nate. Let me know. Mixed Memorabilia says, "Under the Red Hood was fire." Yes, it was. Francis Lalonde says, "Big tone to all the punters. I'm Batman."
Cafe Batman.
Gavin Mann says, "I think KJ gets 3 things passed this week as we have 4 people talking about comic books." Oh, look at that.
Thank you, man.
Gavin Mann always got your back, AJ.
I know Gavin's the man. Literally,
Oh snap!
man by name, man by action.
Nathan Jordan says, "Bro, I cannot lie. Batman had some dope PC games too." Yes, he did. The Arkham trilogy is amazing.
Listen, his PlayStation games were kick-ass, and I'm talking from PS1 down to Rise of Sinzu, move forward. Like, I've not actually played, apart from the last Batman game, too much Batmobile. Batman has had some awesome games.
Is that the name of the game? Too much Batmobile.
It should be.
It should be.
It's Arkham Knight is the one you're thinking.
Yeah,
of.
Arkham Knight. Yeah.
Arkham City, the second one's the best one.
Yes.
That was so
Yes.
good. That was
Yeah.
so good. Jackie Gomez says, "Will Arnett better Batman than Affleck? Yes or yes?"
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes is the choice I'll go with. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, I'll be forced to forward this on to Mr. John Campier. Dan the Tech, over to you, my friend.
Right. Time to make it different and say, Mask of the Phantasm. Is that
Punt.
punt?
Punt.
Okay. Okay. Well. All right. Big Tone, you can't just say punt 3 times and give me 3 punts. You say punt once. You're trying to punt me up in the hell. All right. And we talk about Lego Batman already.
That was your
You're
number
gonna see
9.
a theme.
Yeah?
You're gonna see a theme in my movies. My number 8 is Year One.
Oh,
That's a good choice.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen it.
It's okay. You don't have to. You've seen it many times, but I actually really like this. So should I go
It's
into
a
it?
good adaptation.
Go into it. It's all you, boy.
Right. My reason for this is I love Batman's origin stories. You're gonna find out from my list. It's always about his origin stories and the different way of telling it. And this one is just 1 year, and it's not even really about Batman. It's about Jim Gordon. If you watch it again, think about it's Jim Gordon first time coming to Gotham.
It's Gotham, the animated series.
Yep, it's been what's it called again? All corrupted. Him slowly working his way up in the police force, trying to bring Gotham back to where it was. Plus, you had Batman trying to become Batman. Like he actually gets hurt. The first time he went out, he got stabbed the first time. He got shot the second time. So he's developing as he went along, and he didn't have Alfred helping him making costumes. It was just him trying to fix the city after being away for 5 years. And the scene when he was trapped in the building and the police was after him, and him, is he bad or is he good? And the common story of it's a man that's a bat. He's got claws. Catwoman as well getting developed. Selena Kyle, and she never got called Catwoman in this. She was just Selena Kyle from when she was a prostitute, and then she became a thief and slowly developing. It's just origin stories for everyone, and it all happens in 1 year, and no one's good. Like Batman's a dick, but slowly realizing I'm doing it wrong. I need to start helping people instead of just being a rich douche. Alfred.
Did you just call him Outfield?
Yes, I did. Yeah, what?
Alfred.
Right. So you're going on. You got what's it called again? Commissioner Gordon, who cheated on his pregnant wife. And when he started realizing, oh, I'm doing a bad thing, got the woman who cheated on with, she left town. Once again, all the good guys are flawed. And I actually really love that. Yes, and I really love that. And even after the 1 year, when he became Batman, he wasn't actually fully Batman yet. It just 1 year from being, I'm going to help the city, to actually starting to help the city. So, yeah. If y'all didn't seen it, go watch it.
I was about to say, I'm going to put my hands up there and say, Haven't seen this one.
I haven't seen it. It
Have you
sounds
read
really
the
cool.
comic book?
And as you said, Nico, coincidentally, it does sound like Gotham, the animated version,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Literally.
But
No,
obviously
a lot of the ideas from Gotham was probably taken from that story.
Nice.
It could have been.
Could be.
What?
Could be.
The way I break down comic book movies, by the way, is you just asked have I read the comic. I separate the comics. They can get ideas from it, but that's a different universe. The movie is another universe, so they can take a bit of idea and just change it a little bit. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
get
in
offended
this
if they
case,
do
it
something
was like a kind of a
was a copy.
direct, like
Yeah, it was a copy.
it was a direct
It was
adaptation.
yeah, but still. So yeah, it was actually good. If it fuck it, it was good. It was really a good movie to watch. But yeah. So yeah, y'all. I don't know what way it's on. I've just got a lot of content, of Batman content. The guy that's been cussing Batman. Yeah, I got all of that crap. So
Yeah.
I was able to watch them like
Nice.
that. Right. So
let me just go a few comments quickly because there quite a few of them have stacked up here. Mixed memorabilia. Shout out for Batman Returns on Sega Mega Drive. The CD.
Never played that one. Never
Best
played
version of the game.
Francis Lalonde is very happy that you've included Mask of the Phantasm. Zane Rowe. Yo.
Yo, Zany.
Frank
Wow.
Torres says more punts here than a 2012 Randy Orton. If you know, you know.
Love that. Love that.
Gavin Mann says, I always have AJ's back. I'm even getting around to the stage of acceptance with his views on escaping from New York.
you don't like it, or you like it?
No, he doesn't.
I thought it was
Oh
cheesy.
god
as hell.
damn it! You just don't like anything.
And I thought I was the contrarian.
Wow.
Thank you, Gavin. No, honestly, like I think you said you watched it back, Nico, but I honestly, and I think it's one of those things. Again, you hear this, and I played all the like Metal Gears, and I've heard of like this was the influence of Snake, and I was like, no, it just didn't.
Snake Plissken. He actually went to LA as well. That was shit, but he went to LA as well.
I'm gonna try LA because I want to tick boxes, but I was quite disappointed with New York. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
Oh,
really?
Oh wow. Okay.
Really?
Chat, have at him. Andy Hart says, not
Right,
seen
Gavin's
year
got my
one.
back while
Fucking Russell.
Andy Hart says, not seen year one, but the book is great. Jackie Gomez says, great choice, Den. Year one is amazing. Francis Lalonde says, never heard of that year one. We'll check it out. And then asks, Gotham by Gaslight? It sounds like it, huh? Gavin Mann says, I'm a bit
Gotham by
mainstream.
Gaslight. Gotham by Gaslight is an actual film.
I was gonna say it is a film. It's an animated film, right?
It's like Sherlock Holmes time Batman.
I haven't
Yeah, I
seen that
remember.
one.
It's-
Yeah,
It's like
Not seen
the Ninja Batman when he went into the. It's just there's too much Batman. There's too many Batman.
there's
Oswald
also. I
story.
don't want to spoil anyone's potential list, but there's also Batman and Scooby Doo, which
Yeah.
Woo.
Gavin Mann
There's
says, I'm a bit mainstream when it comes to Batman, so won't have any of the animations. They do sound good, though. And then follows
are
up
good
with
fun,
quotation
Gavin.
marks, Batman's a dick.
Yes, he is. He
Mixed
goes out and
Memorabilia
beat up
says-
mentally. Oh
No, it's fine.
no! He literally goes out and beat the shit out of mentally ill people. And that's his thing. And then he makes sure he doesn't kill them. So he can put them in prison.
So Joker followers. Just saying.
No, I would go with brainwashed over mentally ill. I think there's a different.
He beats
there's
them
a
up,
line.
send them to Arkham so they can come back out, so he can beat them up again. I just watched Peacemaker. Peacemaker said it best. Batman's a
Batman's a
fucking pussy.
Mixed Memorabilia says, Den the Tech, amazing passion. And then Jackie Gomez says, I think Selina's background in year one is going to be on The Batman. She's a prostitute with a child as a sidekick, trying to get out of that life. Brutal and awesome. Francis Lalonde says, need to start working on film polls. We'll keep the streaming in background back in a little bit. Okay, Francis, see you in a chat. See you in a little bit. Gavin Mann says, yeah, sorry, escape from New York, not to. No one is escaping to that version of New York, correct? Jackie Gomez says, I'm hoping Batman Ninja isn't on anyone's top 10. Awful movie. Oh, no.
It's
Can't
not.
I remember seeing
get
like
more
2
than
minutes
punts.
of it and I gave up. So
It's
definitely
not for me. Was not for me.
It seemed
Den.
awkward.
So my
Then-
number 7,
Yes.
my number 7 is Ninja. No. I don't know if it was pointed or said earlier. The Dark Knight Rises.
Punt.
Yeah.
So
it's a
still
punt.
punted for Big Tone, yeah.
Still a punt.
Oh,
So
okay.
AJ, back in you come,
Okay.
mate.
Back to me. So we've done up to 8. Right. I'm guessing this is probably going to be a punt to a few people, but I'm going for 1989's Batman.
Punt, and another punt.
Okay.
Funnily enough, AJ, I'm punting you too, so it's a triple punt, but it's not as big as you'd think. Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
you
I'm
can.
not. No, it's not a punt. I'm in the same bracket as you. So, guys, just to be clear, 6-5-4. That's the bracket now, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
AJ,
So
you're
this
5?
is the one where Big Tone got his first triple punt. I'm going Batman: The Dark Knight Returns.
I'm in that bracket.
Yeah. No,
That's up in the
punt.
same bracket.
Punt,
Wait.
punt.
Okay, fair play.
I'm
It's
the
in that bracket for you, then.
Okay, so I'm doing my number 4 as well, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, so Sandy, Rise Guide, Gavin, this is the moment you guys have all been waiting for. My movie of choice, one of my favorites for all time, Batman Forever.
Oh, for
And
fuck's
I'm
sake.
back from my mic.
That's very high.
I don't care how you people could. It's my list, and this film was for the longest while my absolute favorite Batman. I don't.
Nah, I love it too. That's why it's on my list.
Right. One thing I will say, as far as like, bro, put your head down as much as you want. Okay, yeah. Who gives a shit? We all have our own.
Yo,
personal list.
Nico, do you wish you could do this? Bye.
Thank you. You're showing more Batman logos and appreciation too.
I
Batman
can still do
Forever.
this. Wait.
We
It's
can
not
all
so
do different
effective.
shit, guys, but who gives a crap? The bottom line is, I don't care. Yes, it took away from the very dark elements that you had in from Christopher Nolan. Not Christopher.
Correct.
Nolan. No,
Tim Burton is who you
Tim
meant, but
Burton.
carry on.
I'm blanking there. Yeah. I believe there were visions. There were certain characters who were meant to be
Of
somewhere.
selling toys.
Just
No,
let me get-
Nico, let him talk. Let him talk.
I'm sorry, it's so hard.
As far
Carry
as
on.
I'm concerned,
Let him
yeah.
talk.
Okay, we lost Michael Keaton. We lost the fact that Robin Williams could have been the Riddler, which I think would have been absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
that would have been so.
It
Jim
would,
Carrey was good.
yeah. Robin
Jim
Williams
Carrey
was
was-
actually scheduled to be the Riddler and turned it down for one reason or
Every time
another.
he says
Billy D. Williams, like there was a lot of changes that happened, and probably because they may not have believed in what was being written or the vision of
It's a tone. It's a tone.
Gotham that was out there. However, visually, as much as it's weird and it's not what people like, I don't have the biggest arguments with what the backdrop looked like for me. It seemed slightly brighter, but it reminded me of the aesthetics of the cartoon. So I was like, okay, it looks like the Gotham I'm familiar with. I personally will say, where are we going with this, bro? What's the last one?
It was the
Yeah, right, let's play on the V. Let's play the V game right now. Sometimes I try to play
That's
it
why I
too
was
fast or what have you.
laughing
It's all good. Personally speaking, and this I know it will go down as an unpopular opinion, Val Kilmer's still my favorite Batman. I believe he
Val
he-
Kilmer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly,
Each their own.
I
Each their
believe-
own.
Come in. Yeah. I
Each their own. Well done.
believe
Well done.
he-
You got a favorite.
That's
he
a
was
hot
able to
take, that
portray
is.
both Batman and Bruce Wayne quite well. I think that he gave me the duality that I was looking for from that character better than anyone else, personally speaking. At the time, I was a huge Jim Carrey fan, and seeing him play the Riddler was absolutely fantastic. It was great. It was
Made the
great fun. It's crazy. It's stupid.
There was two
I'm not going
Riddlers.
to deny that. I've looked back at it and
Yeah,
thought of how
There
weak
were
it was.
two Riddlers. You're quite right.
Come in.
There
Two
were
Faces
two
Riddler and Riddler was Riddler.
Two-Face is literally the Riddler.
I like Two-Face, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. I think Tommy Lee Jones.
Listen, I'm not going to say we didn't get a greater version to it, but in the tone that they had set, this is what we had. And you got to remember, it's all good looking back in hindsight and being like, this was a shit movie. This was how comic book movies were being portrayed. I dare you to find one. Okay, you've got your Batman ones, but in that era, it wasn't that
Right.
out there.
So can I jump in and
Holy-
defend you a bit, AJ?
Holy rusted,
Because
holy
like-
rusted
like-
metal Batman.
But that was actually a tribute
Yeah, I actually
to
felt
the
that was
1966.
like, what'd you
Yeah.
say? And like, he broke it down to it. Holy rusted.
Exactly.
What,
that,
holy,
like,
holy
look,
rusted holes.
we was all
rust-
children, like back when Batman Forever came out, and you got to admit, as a child, you loved that film.
I thought it was-
I mean, that bit at the end, didn't it, where Batman and Robin are running towards the screen.
Yeah,
Come on,
cool as
that was
fuck. Cool as
goosebumps.
fuck.
Yeah, and like again, we was all waiting for Robin to appear, before he might come up in Batman Returns, but he came in Batman Forever, and that was, for me as a child, that's one of the best parts, like Robin's origin and everything. Jim Carrey made the film for me. Tommy Lee Jones wasn't far behind. Of course, Nicole Kidman was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I really had fun with that film. So that's why
says a lot about a female character's role when the best praise an audience member gives the beautiful woman is really beautiful.
Acting wasn't that great in that. Acting wasn't that great.
It really wasn't. Adding to the negativity factor of the movie. The acting was really not very good in it. This is why it is what it is. Val Kilmer is a good actor, but the fact that he was working with such unbelievable shite is what makes me really question why he's your favorite Batman. Because I like Val Kilmer, like Ghost in the Darkness, Heat. He's class. But
okay, irrelevant of what he was working with, do you think he was a shit Batman? Do you think he was? No,
I don't think he was a shit Batman.
No, I don't
think he was the best Batman.
It's not that hard of a question.
But once again, each their own. I
can't understand it. But if you thought he played a shit Batman, for instance, Ben Affleck is a good actor who played a bad Batman.
I don't think he played a shit Batman. I think he had a shit Batman to play.
Holy crap! Stop being me. No, for real.
But
you know what?
Once again, honestly going to say you didn't get any fun out of that film?
Of course, I can have fun out of it.
I think it's trendy because everyone's seen like the greater films after that. It's like, oh, it's a shit Batman.
Exactly. This is
also
it.
Before
that.
Nah, man. I think people are looking at it with a 2022 vision, like rather than
Batman and Batman Returns came out before this, and they were better films.
Yeah, but they were good films. Like what I'm saying is,
this is what I'm saying. It's like
you see
the comic book benchmark was not low. This film made it low.
I'm with you because that's why it's lower on my list. But at the same time, I appreciate it for the
this is number 4.
Yeah.
Huh?
Even
that's his
worse.
It's my number 2.
By the way, no, each their own. Art is subjective.
But this is what I'm saying. It's so high for him.
You had fun. No, you had fun with that movie. So I'm happy for you. I love the fact that you had fun with that movie. I watched
that film back to back, like not back to back, but I would watch it continuously. The solving of the riddles, the development of Two-Face, the whole layer, like the whole place that each person had. Like Two-Face had this mad
development of Two-Face.
I know, not Riddler. The development of Riddler.
Then, the Riddler, even the mind control of the way he mimicked to be Bruce Wayne for the better part. Okay, yes, obviously that was yes. All right, we're going to go into that and then take it as if. I'm
sorry, I'm trying my best not to.
No, I'm honoring it as what I saw back then, right? And
I was support
the crazy madness of Jim Carrey. Yeah, it's going to go down that route.
That was prime Jim Carrey. That was when
Riddler?
Jim Carrey
was like element of the rise of Edward Nygma into who he became and the way he was challenging Bruce. And listen, I loved it.
I give you the Riddler was the Joker, Two-Face was the Riddler, and Robin was a grown man.
It was all wrong.
It was all wrong.
Do we really want to see Robin as a child?
You
yes, sure, son.
Whatever, man.
Based on your breakdown of what you saw.
I'm being a dick. I'm sorry, I'm just being a dick.
I, on the other hand, I might have seen Robin as a kid in most of the cartoons. However, when I was watching Burt Ward, he definitely wasn't 12. So that's not far.
Right? And did I say it was good?
Me, and then I didn't have the knowledge of the others. So that was essentially my first take on...
Read out Frank Torres's last comment, because I agree.
Hang on. I've got to get to that.
Well, we can go for it. Go for it now.
You know what? I'm going to breathe and breathe in and breathe out and say, I am really happy.
You talk a bit, as you previously then talked about how the fact that these are different universes. So as much as people play a different role, this was the universe I was with.
I'm so happy you liked it. I'm so happy. You being the Batman fan right now. The Batman fan right now. And putting it at number 4. It's really shocking to me. It's just so shocking for me to hear that. So I'm trying my best not to insult or being...
What? So I'm going to dumb it down. Listen, passion is passion.
Exactly, man.
I'm so happy for you. I keep repeating that. My number one and number 3 is other people's not going to be that high for them, I don't think. But hey, each of their own. Each of their own. Right? I'm happy you enjoyed it and keep watching it.
Thank
Val
you.
Kilmer.
I will do.
It's a guilty pleasure. That's why, man.
Well, speaking of that leads us very nicely into this comment because Jackie Gomez says, Batman Forever is a guilty pleasure. Is it great? No. But is it still a fun movie to this day? I'm assuming yes. Andy Hart says, I cannot sanction your buffoonery. Frank Torres says, hey, Batman Forever did have the best Batman song, which was Kissed by a Rose by
Yes,
Sia.
it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
That's very true. Frank Torres agrees with Big Toe. Nicole Kidman was smoking hot.
She was. She really was.
Andy Hart says he wasn't a bad Batman, but he was a poor Bruce Wayne. Yeah, actually, that's fair. You can't disagree with that, AJ. He was not the good Bruce Wayne. He was not the good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but I feel like I still believe he gave me the. It's a weird one. Go.
No. Jackie Gomez says, say what you want, but Chris O'Donnell was a great Robin. I agree with that.
I enjoyed him.
I love the way he puts out laundry. Nothing's drying.
Why was that necessary? Oh my God. This is why I look at Joel Schumacher and I go, you fucked up again, didn't you? We don't
He did exactly what the studio told him to do. McDonald's.
I'm not. Are we actually? What is there going to be like a fucking 6-inch figure toy of Robin doing the laundry now? This scene was not necessary. I know you're trying to sell toys, but what was the
and the
point
music?
of this?
Dun, 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 dun,
What
dun.
the fuck? It literally had
Sorry.
nothing.
I am so.
But you know
my
what?
apologies. I need to
It
stop.
did do the business with merchandising at the box office, you know.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
That was the point. That was the point.
That was literally the point.
That was the point. McDonald's stepped in and we got Batman.
Yeah. Andy Hart says best Val Kilmer, Top Secret. Haven't seen that one, so I'll check it out.
Okay, I think that.
Gavin Mann says Michael Gough and Pat Hingle were two of the very few recurring actors between Batman and Robin. Yeah, Pat Hingle was Commissioner Gordon. Yeah. Francis Lon says Val Kilmer, good screen performances. Off screen sounds like a total dickhead. Correct. Andy Hart, Batman and Robin running towards the camera just makes me think Only Fools and Horses episode.
That's quite true.
Classic
Disrespect.
Classic episode.
Jackie Gomez says the hot coffee scene on Two-Face's face. My face!
Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, AJ. Frank Torres has got your back. Frank Torres has
That's
got
it.
your back. Stay strong, AJ. Back in
But, yeah,
95,
this
they
is
were
the one.
talking about it the way we're talking about the Batman
Exactly.
now.
But this is the thing. And
That's so
listen,
true.
I could. Well, actually, I can't. But I had the VHS, and everything was astounding, great, and it was all the same critics, right? But now it's like, oh, it's the shit because another film was going to come up, and that was totally panned, and everyone's like, oh, fuck Schumacher, he can't make a decent Batman film. That one was crap, and obviously Batman Forever is just as bad as well. Like, no, he took his own take. He had to put his own imprint on it, so he couldn't duplicate what Tim Burton had done straight away. He put a slight spin on it. Personal feeling.
AJ, I'm happy for you. Love.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Do the bat signal instead.
It's all behind me.
Dude, that's a bird. Dude, I hold silver away from Ace Ventura. Tucky
Say
says, fond memories of Batman Forever. Went to cinema at 9 years old and loved it. Jim Carrey stole the show. I think AJ agrees.
Indeed.
Francis Lalonde says, Den, just tell them. Den?
I'm Batman.
There's a fool here who's dropping some racial profanity, so I'm not going to acknowledge that. Tucky, Batman Forever did a lot to make Batman successful again after mixed response to Batman Returns. By the way, for that person who's being racist in the comment section, stop.
Where are they?
Huh?
Who was
Stop. Someone called Cream Pie Lars.
Interesting.
Says
But hey,
it all,
if it
really.
was meant to be in a non-offensive way, hey. But if it was, thanks for the views. Anyway, we continue.
Literally. Jackie Gomez says Batman in therapy. Sorry, that's a comedy I need to see. My mother died. Okay, tell me, how does that make you feel? I feel sad. Mommy's gone. Martha.
That's called Lego Batman. Lego Batman.
Oh, good. Andy Hart says best song in Batman movie, Smashing Pumpkins. The end is the beginning is the end. Oh, that's a fucking great shout from the first one, AJ.
Kiss from a Rose is still number one for me.
Blocking the porn.
What about Bat Dance?
Batman?
What?
Very good.
What about Bat Dance?
It's
Yeah,
people
man.
still do it.
Prince.
Here's the thing. There's been like 7 different bat dances. I'm ashamed that I know that, but anyway.
No, the song by Prince.
Show us 6. Show us 6 of them.
No.
Oh yeah, the Prince music.
That could be.
But anyway, that
Can't
was
forget
my,
that Prince
my
did the
number 4.
soundtrack for the
That's number 4.
1989.
Yes, I know. I'm going to get into that.
Over to you,
Right.
bro.
So that was your 4, AJ, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully I'll stay on a little bit longer this time. I hope. Although I feel a lot of punting coming along. So my 654. Number 6 for me, I'm going with Batman Returns.
It's
Well,
my
that's a
4.
small punt.
Punt. Just a
It's my
little.
4.
Okay. So we'll punt on that one, you and me, Big Tone.
And
My
then
number
Andy.
5 is the OG, the original Batman.
Punt.
Punt.
Punt it is. And I'm not going to stay on much longer this time. And my number 4 is Batman Under the Red Hood.
Punt.
I'm in there with you. Oh, another punt. Damn it.
Okay. Bye.
All right, my number 6. My number 6 is Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask of the
Yeah,
Phantasm.
Yep, that was my number 10.
That was your 10. Yep.
Yeah.
AJ, is it on your list?
No, it's not. If I'm honest, I've seen it. I just cannot remember it. If I'm honest,
It's
I know it's a good film. I remember having great fun with it. Just can't.
I rewatched that as well as one of the films just to bring it
Yeah,
back because I've watched it for a while.
same.
It's still good. Yeah.
It is good. Honestly, I feel if they need the direction for a live action film, they should just remake that film. Because, I mean, that has everything that you would want from a good Batman story. It's like, if we all are going to agree that Batman the Animated Series was like the greatest cartoon series, at least of the 90s, actually probably ever. Yeah.
Gargoyles.
Then-
Gargoyles.
Babe. But like this was the perfect offshoot of it. I know there was a few complaints that it did feel like a couple of episodes of the animated series put together. But that just goes to show the quality of the animated series that you could say that.
Correct.
Like the story, again, this was actually the first time in a film that we were seeing the whole mob mentality of Batman up until that point. Yeah. Like they didn't really go into it as much as they did in the other films. Yes, they might have touched on it in the Keaton films, but no, they actually went into it here. Yeah. And then that little shocker at the end. As a child, I actually did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil it here for those who had seen it.
Now,
But who was the Phantom?
It is. It is actually worth a watch. So.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it?
true.
Was
It's
it?
true.
Wasn't the,
nice.
It's true. They don't mention that name Phantasm once in the film,
True.
which is funny. But also, like, we can't underplay Mark Hamill as the Joker. My gosh.
Best Joker. Best Joker.
My gosh.
Best
And
Joker.
he's dialed it up to 11 in that film.
Yeah. Love Phantasm. Those 90s cartoons. I was at the age where I shouldn't be watching cartoons. I was watching that. So yeah, that time when you had Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men.
Yeah,
all
that
them
Holy Trinity as
just-
well.
Saturday mornings were
Holy
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
they were so good.
When you
But
can say
Batman
that
was the
that
one.
Spider-Man animated series was the least good 3, you know you're dealing with some good cartoons.
Yeah, it was so good. But then also when it became the movie, Christmas movie, by the way, it was a Christmas. It came out at Christmas
Oh, that was a
time.
Christmas movie.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
it's not a Christmas movie, but it came out in Christmas. Not that Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie. Anyway, just think my little
Movie
things in.
trivia.
It is.
Yeah.
Though. It is. Though.
Yeah, but it was so good to actually see a TV animated show I watch at home. I watch it on the cinema on the big screen, and yes, as I said, I didn't see that coming. And Batman actually getting fooled and getting done with the smoke bombs, and the person disappears. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, Batman being tricked, and he had to actually be a detective to find out what was going on. It was just, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this
Up
is
until
what I'm
that
asking
point
for
as well.
from the Batman.
Up until that point as well, that movie had the best origin of Batman as well. Yeah, up until that point. Yeah, like they clearly showed when he went out as a criminal, got his ass whooped. Sorry, as just a masked man, got his ass whooped. Then he become the Batman. One of my favorite scenes is when he puts on the mask for the first time. They do the eyes, and then like Alfred steps back. Like, my gosh, yeah, that's perfect.
Even Alfred shits himself. Sorry, that soundtrack. Okay, 3 soundtracks, 3 iconic comic book soundtracks that I legitimately don't believe can be topped. Danny Elfman's Batman. I don't care what Hans Zimmer did for The Dark Knight. I don't give a fuck what Michael Giacchino's doing for the Batman, even though I've heard it's amazing. Michael Giacchino is a fucking awesome composer. Like, let's not be under any jokes here. But what Danny Elfman did for that animated series was so good that Tim Burton used it in his movies. You know, that I'm talking movies here. Otherwise, I'd bring in like, you know, I'm just talking movies. Yeah.
Superman.
John Williams, Superman has got to be one of the best.
John
Williams, everything.
John Williams, everything.
Superman. So good. And then Alan Silvestri's Avengers.
Okay. Man, that's exactly what I was thinking next. Avengers.
That's the Trinity. You cannot top that.
It had to be.
You cannot top those as comic book soundtracks. You can't.
But I will say
I will end up topping it.
Hans Zimmer has what you call it. He did do really well with the Dark Knight trilogy, man. I love Batman's film.
Oh, I got stuff to talk about when I get to that point.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let's go through a few comments quickly. What have we got here? Frank Torres says, saw Phantasm as a throwaway night out when it came out, and people couldn't believe how good it was. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Gavin Mann says, Mark Hamill's best comic book character appears in Jay and Silent Bob Strike.
The Nutcracker.
No, not the Nutcracker, but as Francis Lalonde says, Nico, tell them, I'm Cockknocker.
Well, okay, my bad.
By the way, big tone, Dan. I haven't told you guys this. Francis Lalonde on Twitter runs this viciously difficult Twitter game like daily, where they take like a famous frame from a movie and then they like cut it up into small boxes and you have to try and fucking rearrange it. It's really hard. The only one I ever managed to get was Mark Hamill as Cockknocker, and I was like, I'm ashamed. Like, of all the great movies I've seen, it's Cockknocker that I get. Fun fact though, Mark Hamill actually tweeted and pinned that fucking image.
Such an awesome dude.
That's cool.
He's an awesome
dude. But big up to Francis Lalonde for getting that. Jackie Gomez, by the way, is with you, Dan. Mark Hamill is the best Joker till this day, not only on the animations but on the games as well. That voicemail that Joker leaves to Batman on Arkham City during the credits was Hamill masterpiece. Also, he was a scary motherfucker in Arkham Knight. The amount of jump scares that guy did. The one in particular when you're coming, you've grappled on a roof and he just goes, bah! Hey, bats! It's like, fuck you.
Listen, you do not want to be playing that game in the dead of the night and he pops out, because I remember playing it and I nearly woke up the whole house. I was like, shit! Like, it was, yeah.
I couldn't wait to beat the hell out of him at the end of that game, I'm telling you.
No swearing, no knives, no bad language, no, just all the stuff he couldn't do, and he just, he's scared of shit out of you, but just being, damn.
Jackie Gomez says, didn't Batman 1989 come before the animated series?
Yeah,
the
I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, the animated series only existed because of the success of the movie. I may be wrong about the soundtracks. Maybe it wasn't in the first one. It was definitely in Batman Returns.
It was in the first one, but they used that track for the opening of the animated series.
Well, there you go, proving my point again. Just how good a fucking movie themed track is that?
Just in reverse.
Yes.
At least that one's just Batman, not the Batman.
Your next on Big Tone?
All right, so my number 5 is The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, Quiet Punch. That's got to be the highest.
Yep. Yep,
That's how it's all right.
That's
All
on
right,
not
so-
a part that's with you.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like a few story
Oh, really
beats. This would have been higher because I really do like the quality of the film. I like I do like the story for the most part, but it did feel like a step down from the awesome 2 films we got before. And like one of the things that I hated that they did to him is they actually had him crippled from the entire time of the last film for 8 years until this film. Now, I hated that they did that to him. He should have been out there kicking ass on the streets those 8 years, and just be a grizzled veteran, and this be like his last story. This be his Dark Knight Returns, like come to fruition. Things that I did like about it, I liked Bane. Like I know a lot of people think he's mean. Yeah, right there.
It would be. It would be very
He was
painful.
creepy. When he put his hand on the guy's shoulder, do you feel in charge right now? And, oh shit. He's Brock Lesnar. He's Brock. Oh, you're in a room, Brock's at the door, and you can't pass him. He goes, you can go, you can leave anytime. And just say it to you calm. He go, oh, I'm dead, aren't I?
I like they did the whole. I like they did the whole broke the bat when Bane broke the bat, like
Oh, that was class.
That
The
was
opening
one
of that
thing
movie was incredible. That
Yes,
plane
and that was
being
practical.
upside down was. Oh yeah, I know they actually did that shit. Fucking insane.
Yeah.
That is a standout moment for me because knowing that
What do you
Bane
guys
was
think
coming
of
in,
Catwoman, Anne Hathaway?
Love
just
Anne
love her.
Hathaway didn't like her take on.
I think it
Catwoman.
needed more
Boom,
depth to the
Nico said
character.
it.
It just didn't. It wasn't Catwoman enough.
And that kind of was my pitfall as well. Like they wanted to add these characters, but they didn't really have the balls to like go all the way. They even snuck in Robin somehow right at the
That
end.
was so
And, like,
unnecessary.
Look, if you wanted to make him Robin, just make him Robin. Yeah, like don't have to put some throwaway silly line at the end. Yeah,
I do believe we got a script that they didn't want. They had a different script in mind, and after Heath Ledger's death, I think they changed it a lot. So I think I think that's a problem with the film as well. Plus, there are just after the hype, after the big success after the movie beforehand, it's really hard to live up to that.
Yes,
So it was
it really
that you have
was.
to deal with.
So you can excuse them for
Yeah.
many of the story beats. Like
Hence why it was so low on my list.
Yeah, but it's middle of the road for me because I really did enjoy it. I went to the cinema. I came out feeling pumped. I especially like the part where I can't. What did it call the Batwing in that? Yeah, is it still the Batwing?
I'm not even sure it had a name.
The bat.
May pro-
It's the
well,
bat.
Hang on.
The
The
Bat.
fucking
Yeah, it was the
Batmobile
bat. It
never
was the
called
bat. wasn't
The
it?
Bat.
It was
The
bat.
Batmobile was
Yeah.
never called the Batmobile.
No, but the Batwing was called
Oh, yeah.
the Bat.
Yeah,
I didn't
You
know
may be
that.
right there. You may be right there.
Yeah, he was right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look,
One thing.
The
The
movie had-
Batmobile was a crawler, and
Yeah.
the bat and the
the tumbler. The tumbler.
The
tumbler, and the other one was just called the Bat,
Uh-huh.
which he hit
So, look-
for how many days in a corridor in a hallway.
There were
Tumbler's
good
my
things
favorite
about it.
Batmobile, by the way.
Tumblr.
Not
Yeah.
for me, but I get it.
That's
Yeah.
a good question. Favorite Batmobile, guys? Let us know in the chat what your favorite Batmobile is.
The Lamborghini.
It's a great shout. No, look, it's a very, very good film. I think, as Den said, and as who was it in the chat that said, Tucky said this perfectly. Dark Knight Rises is a brilliant film. It's just that it came out after The Dark Knight. It gets looked at unfavorably. There's no
Still
doubt
good.
there's
It's
an
still a
element
good
of
film.
truth to that. It is a good film. It is a good film. There were things they did in it that annoyed me monumentally. The continuous jobbing of Scarecrow, for instance, got on my last nerve.
I believe that was meant to be the Joker. I deep down
That
believe
was funny.
meant to be the
So do I.
Joker.
So do I.
I
So do
find that
But
funny, but hey.
the continuous jobbing of Scarecrow pissed me off. I hated the jobbing of Bane at the end. How did Bane die? Catwoman ran him over. Oh, okay.
yeah, that I will give you. Like, come on.
That
He broke
annoyed
Batman's
me.
back, and that's how he went out. Come on.
Yeah, it was weak.
Yes,
it was really,
Andy
really
Hartley,
weak.
I like best.
This was
Batmobile
kind of
as well.
the issue, is that there are good moments in it, and I feel the backbreaking scene is like at the top of it for me. But there was a lot of fluff lines. There are some stuff I don't like. Like you can create your own universe, but there are some stuff I feel you need to honor. Now, me hearing of Bane, and I'm not saying he needs to be dressed like a luchador fully, but it was just too far away from what I was seeing. And then this origin story, which it was just a bit weird. I just found it weird. And then the voice was also, I found a weird choice.
I love the voice.
That was the closest.
I love the
had
voice.
Bane.
The Bane, yeah.
Like the closest interpretation we had of Bane up until that.
I'm not saying no, but I all right,
like
screw it. We know there's another version of Bane.
They always portrayed him of like a big dummy or a big henchman.
He's one of the smartest.
He's smart.
He's smart enough to figure out Batman was Batman.
This is it. Like, they acknowledge. Put it this way: we know the other films come in somewhere along the list, or we all know where. If it is going to be listed for anyone, because if it's that high, you deserve shooting. I believe we can't get the correct. To me, we've had a good visual appearance of Bane, but the mentality was wrong. And then we've had the right mentality, but the wrong appearance. And I feel Bane is one of those characters that is yet to be portrayed correctly in film. I think there's still scope for a better Bane.
I give you why I think this Bane was. We go and know this as a fighter. What's more scary, a calm fighter or an angry fighter?
No, calm.
That's what Bane was. He just calm and.
I have no argument with that.
Just ooh.
I have no argument with the chills that he had, but it was just the background story and everything. It just felt a bit weird. It just threw me off too much in the film.
Yeah, but it was a real world interpretation. Like I said, again, the whole point of the Nolan trilogy was to sort of like as much as you can make it like realistic interpretation.
Yeah. To start
very grounded, like put in a grounded universe, and like that is Bane here. You can't have him with the venom and he puts himself.
But you know what? Even if there was some form of a drug addiction through there, it doesn't have to be venom per se. And I'm not looking for him to pump up. But
little tip of the hat.
Come again?
A little tip of the hat.
Yeah, just something. Even with that mask, had it been something that just does send it, you know, a bit like in Leon, the cop, when he just takes the coke and he goes into his own world. Just give me something like that. That just gives me a
the cop.
I can't remember his name. Anyway, we get the point now.
Yeah, it's like let him laugh.
The cop.
Anyway.
Oh, no, but I get your point, AJ. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Frank,
comments. Frank Torres says, question for the panel. True or false? Zoe Kravitz will be a better Catwoman than Michelle Pfeiffer and Anne Hathaway.
I believe
not than Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's hard to not Pfeiffer just yet. She's definitely going to.
Because she won't be Catwoman in that film, so not than Michelle Pfeiffer.
She is going to be Catwoman in that film.
Is she actually going to have the ears?
She's 100% going to be Catwoman in that film.
If you don't have the ears, you're not Catwoman.
Where's Halle Berry, y'all?
Listen.
She's in the bargain basement of a DVD bin.
We are living in a world where romantic rom-com where Heath Ledger dethroned Jack Nicholson. So I'm going to remain with the attitude of anything possible.
I'm waiting.
I agree.
But if she don't have the ears, she's not like, Catwoman to me.
So hold on. But if they acknowledge her as Catwoman, but she doesn't have the ears, you still think she's not Catwoman?
Yeah, still.
Okay.
That's not Catwoman.
Fair enough.
This is the question that he
At least you're consistent.
I just want to say, in year one, they never called her Catwoman. She had cats around her. She fed stray cats.
She wasn't Catwoman. She literally wasn't Catwoman.
She had the hair. She had everything like that, but they never once called her Catwoman because
that's why I thought like it was just like that
was a cat burglar
opening season. Like by year 2 or 3, she would have been Catwoman. I thought they was going with that. And to be honest, I feel they might actually do the same thing with Kravitz here. Like she might start off as Selena Kyle, and then it'd be built to her actually fully becoming Catwoman in another film.
You will see her as Catwoman by the time the movie ends. I guarantee you.
Well,
I am making that guarantee here, based off of absolutely nothing other than a fact.
Spoiler.
But I'm also the guy who says, "How do you make Thanos look like a bad motherfucker? Kill the Hulk." They basically killed the Hulk. I'm just saying. I have a good.
They jobbed the Hulk. If you want to say jobbing, they jobbed the Hulk.
Yeah, job. Like you don't job the Hulk, you may as well kill him at that point. Andy Hart and Hathaway was great. The character wasn't well written, though. Francis Lalonde says, agreed, Den. It seemed like the Robin intro was completely forced. Tucky, I also like the ending and so glad they didn't pull a No Time to Die. Ha! Yes.
Yeah.
Andy Hart says, Rise had some of the best moments of the trilogy, but the story was a mess. We all agree on that much. Gavin Mann says, I like Dark Knight Rises, but it's nowhere near as good as it is made out to be. Currently number 68 on IMDb's top films of all time. That's out of every film ever made. Yeah. And that is why you don't listen to IMDb. IMDb, the film site that gives Dog Day Afternoon and Captain America 1 the same score. Don't listen to IMDb. Just don't. In answer, Andy Hart says, best Batmobile, 89. That's kind of where I'm leaning, by the way.
I have a lot of...
That's my second best.
89. But you'd be surprised. There's a film coming where I think has the best Batmobile.
You wasn't going to say Batman Forever's Batmobile. I thought you was going to.
Oh, he likes the shark fin Batmobile. I can't remember what movie that is.
The shark fin, that was Batman and Robin, I swear.
There we go. That's the...
Yeah. I did like the DCEU Batmobile as well. It was like
that was cool.
The 89
murder weapon.
The
murder
weapon. 89 and the Tumbler had a baby, and that's what it was.
No, for me,
like,
that one...
It's like Arkham Knight and the Tumbler had a baby.
No, that Batmobile was from Fast and Furious. I can't remember which one. The one in England. That little car they were driving around England. I can't remember the name of the movies. That movie.
Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, but the one where they were in England.
Fast 7.
Yeah, that one. That car they were driving around in England. That's the exact same as the Batmobile.
That was an aerial atom, wasn't it?
It's still crap. It's still crap. It's just a murder machine.
Jackie Gomez says, The Dark Knight Rises isn't on my top 10. To me, it was a disappointment. Hated Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. Bane was cool, but lost his way in the third act. Oh, yeah. And Talia's death scene? Hell no. Mixed Memorabilia says, the best Batmobile is the Porsche in Batman Returns. I think that's in line with your Lamborghini comment.
Lamborghini, yes, because it's called a Bat.
Gavin Mann says, Batmobile has to be West 66 or Keaton's 89. Francis Lalonde says, AJ, just tell them
I'm the Batman.
Yeah.
He just
Riri Thomas says the Bat bike in the Dark Knight was so cool. So fucking cool.
That was a cool scene.
The flipping of the truck. Oh my god.
Practical again.
We'll get there. Yeah, I know.
Anyway, my what's it called again? My problem with that Batmobile was my brain is stupid. So the first thing I did was for the entire scene was figuring out how the hell did that wheel work? It's a ball, but it's rotating that way, but it's rotating that way. How does it work? And I'm sitting there, instead of watching live on the scene, I'm just trying to figure out how it worked. Went science on it. Stupid me. Yeah. What I do when I'm on a train. When I'm on a train and I'm bored, I just do this over and over again.
How's that working out for you?
I love
it's quite easy. It's easy, so I just try to do it as quick as I can, repeatedly.
You're a bigger man. You're a better man than I am. Then
Frank
Torres says Bane was a great trash talker.
Peace has made you weak. Victory has defeated you.
Bane had some killer lines, very quotable lines in that film. There's no denying.
Oh, he did.
That. Yeah, they are.
You think you're in charge right here? Jesus Christ, that one line.
All in all, I think it's a good follow-up to The Dark Knight.
It is good fun.
Obviously, it's not as it just had an impossible mountain to climb, but for me, I was happy with the follow-up.
Andy Hart says Zoe Kravitz is always great. Anyone else see? Stop with your green screen. Anyone else see High Fidelity TV series? I have actually, and she's fucking fantastic. Gavin Mann says, will Kravitz whip the heads off of a bunch of mannequins from a fair distance? Then turn to the camera in a really kind of Nirvana way and say, meow. Meow. Oh, good lord. All right, cool. Let's carry on. Big Tone, what was that for you? That was your 4?
Well, that actually segues perfectly into my number 4.
Cool.
Batman Returns.
Okay.
Punt.
Okay, another punt.
Oh, we're still going higher. Nice.
All right. So, Den, over to you, mate.
Okay,
Don't get to talk long. I'm all sad.
Right. My number 6, once again, Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
Oh, no one punted. As I
Oh,
stated
wait, what
before,
did you say? What, sorry, the number 6, punt.
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 Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
definitely. Punt.
All right, this is a definite 100% a punt. So let's get ready for the punt button. Under the Red Hood. There you go.
Okay.
And obviously, Returns is Return as well. Dark Knight Return. And that's my...
Hang on. Dark Knight
64.
Returns is your 4.
Oh, yeah. Dark Knight Return is my 4.
Yeah.
There
Punt.
you go. There you go. That's what I said. Don't worry, Nico. We're quite quick. Moving on.
And thanks, then.
Oh,
Nope. AJ.
that's
Stop
2
it.
minutes. All right, go. Yeah, I'll let you just drag it away there. Right. Okay, so we're into that territory now. And...
We are into that territory now, my friend.
Okay, so we are trading one apiece. So
Sorry, Gavin Man says waiting for Big Tone to casually slide in Revenge of the Sith is number 1.
Unlimited.
Don't do it. Don't do
Right.
it.
okay,
I can't give it that much of the high ground.
Oh, moving on.
Right. In at number
Moving on.
3 for me, it was just punted earlier. I don't know if it's going to be there for anyone else, but it is Batman Returns.
Dan, we're trading one
It's not-
apiece now.
Yeah, it's not... Are we 1, 2, 3,
Is
2,
it
1
3?
right now?
If
It's
it's
3.
higher than 3 for you, it's a punt.
It's 3 for me.
Okay, so then it's both of your 3. So off you go.
Big Tone, it's not. Is it on your
That
list?
was my 4. It was
you
my
had it
4.
already. Okay, 4.
And it was my. Should know this. Bear with me. It was my. Funnily enough, really low. My 6.
I know it's not one of those that you have. I think on rewatch it didn't have that passion for you, which is funny because for me on rewatch I got a greater appreciation for it.
The
That was my
rewatch killed
thing.
it for me. The rewatch actually killed it for me. I had such fond memories
Wow.
of that film, and then upon rewatching, I actually thought Act 2 is really not very good.
So you know when people were talking about like the whole Anne Hathaway and what have you, I love the dynamics between Catwoman and Batman in this. I think it's the representation I'm looking for when it comes to the conflict between the two of them, in both in and out of costume, if it were. So you've got the way they get on as Bruce and Selina, but you've also got it as the Bat and the Cat. And then just to add this extra mix is Oswald Cobblepot, the man who was destined to have many things, but due to deformity has been rejected by his parents, and he's now been discovered, and he's on this rise to be appreciated by society. It's out there. I appreciate that it could be too much. And then you've got Christopher Walken's character. Was it Max Zane?
Yeah, I liked him.
He
Soren,
was.
Max
Max
Soren, Max Soren.
Soren, thank you. Yeah. That was a mad mix of it. So there's all these elements of characters that's in there, but I really appreciate the dynamics of each person, how they played their role in terms of the bat, the cat, and the bird. I think they all done what they had to do.
I mean,
Just
come
to
on,
say-
that debut of Catwoman, man. The flipping,
somersaults.
yes, the somersaults,
Meow.
and then
I just-
meow.
you know
Come
what she was
on,
looking
that's
for?
iconic.
Just to keep a theme going with my Grease thing, and I saw someone in the comment put Grease too. She was looking for a cool rider. She was looking for a cool rider.
If you know, you know.
Oh God, you guys are doing this. I can't believe it. We've actually brought that part of Michelle for Pfeiffer out. Yeah, I mean, how could I have not pictured it? Of course.
Now, you know what? This film had a lot of iconic moments. Like the part where Catwoman swallowed the budgie and then Penguin picked
Got
up
the cat.
You know, another thing that was really cool, but it's really stupid at the same time, was when Penguin had hijacked the Batmobile. Like, he's literally riding the kid's arcade, but when you watch it and follow the story of how Batman's like, what the hell's going on? Like, you penetrated Batman's car. Like, again, the Batmobile is synonymous to Batman, and it's like, what the hell's going on? It's
They had to
stupid.
destroy it.
Come again?
They had to destroy it. They need to sell
Yeah.
toys. So
But
But-
there was a lot
shit,
of
Andy. Sorry, just schooled me. Max Zorin was A View to a Kill. Fuck the other Christopher Walken role. What was
Oh, Zorin
fucking
had
Christopher
the bullet in the
Walken's
head.
role in Batman? Ah,
it's I don't know.
that's going to annoy me so much. Without looking on
Does
IMDb,
it matter?
anyone, use your brains.
But I said the
He-
name and I got it
he
wrong.
was
Matt Shrek.
he was
It's Matt Shrek.
No, Max
Like,
Shrek
yes,
Zorin
you
was
said
a
it.
view
I
to a
had
kill.
something.
Max
He was the guy in the stripy
Shrek
top. There we
Zorin was
go.
a view
No,
to a
Matt
kill.
Shrek-
Andy just
No,
said.
Matt Shrek is the guy. Sorin was in View to a Kill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Max Shrek. Cool.
Yeah, Max Shrek. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Carry on.
Well played.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
I-
Thank you,
I'm
Big
there.
Tone. But then,
But
is there
yeah,
anything
then
you wanted to add?
it's
'Cause
my
we're in similar territory.
It's my number 3, and I did better with this one, and I didn't rewatch it, so I'm still living in that thing. I've stopped rewatching old movies now. I've learned my lessons from movies I've like as a child loved, and then watching it and go, holy crap, that is so shit, or oh my god, that's so racist, or oh my god, that's so sexist. So
When's the last time you watched Escape from New York?
not long ago. Last year? No, 2020. 2020, because that's it.
I haven't
We were
seen that
trading
for
in
years.
films.
I'm not gonna lie.
But we did back to back here from New York, here from LA. We got more jokes at LA because it was just a rush movie because New York did better. But it is what it is. But yeah, rewatching old movies make you
It can
feel
go
like,
wrong. It can go wrong.
yeah. Majority of the time it goes wrong, except for me, myself, and Irene. Totally not on this list, but that's still a classic.
Totally not on this list. Yeah, but then you go back and you watch old movies and you discover things like Some Like It Hot and you discover things like Singing in the Rain and you think, oh my God, this is genius.
I think he meant film that he appreciated from before and then going back
Yeah.
to watch it. If you see an old
yeah.
a classic film, that's something else. But it's a film
Yeah.
like potentially a Batman Forever or Batman Returns,
Yeah.
and then watch it back and think, oh my God, what was I watching?
Or actually, it's right out in the other way as well. When I go, oh, wait till you see this movie, it's so shit and mind numbing, and you watch it, you go,
It's
okay,
better than you thought.
okay, it was actually good. I
What
just
was
didn't
wrong with Jim
understand it.
Carrey
But,
rewatch? Ace Ventura 2. When I rewatched that, oh my
I
God, the
love that
jokes I
film.
had missed.
Well, I
Oh
love
my
that.
God.
How can you not like that the first time? That film.
No,
Come
I
on,
loved it.
The
I loved
raccoon.
it, but it was the
About the
jokes
fact
that
that
I
she has
had
sex
missed as a kid.
as
And I
kids.
was like, oh my God.
Yeah. You know what? That is true.
Oh.
There's a lot of films that was your favorite as a child, but as an adult, you don't miss the adult in jokes in them, did it? So like
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
go back and see them, you're like,
Also, some
wow,
movies
I
are
can't
just
believe
crap.
they actually snuck that in.
But yeah, with this movie, as we were talking about before, best Catwoman, she was my best Catwoman.
Sure,
That
for
makes
now.
See, I'm gonna remember. I'm not on that train. The train has passed the station, and I'm watching the train going down the road. I will catch the next one and find out if it's actually good. So I'm not on the hype train at the moment with that movie. Anyway, going with that movie, it's just I like the fact that they kept it dark, and it was even darker. It wasn't the right Penguin. I know that. Then I like Danny DeVito, but Danny DeVito played this guy that was in a sewer. He's meant to be a businessman that's just deformed, but they made it some horrible thing. I'm trying to keep my mouth clean. All the stuff I'm watching in the movie, I was like, I really like this movie a lot. So much so that during my watch along, I was like, I'm not going to watch it again. I am actually deliberately not watching it again so that I don't cover myself.
No, fair.
And when I was doing my list, it was number 1 at one point. Then it went to number 2. Then it went to number 3. If we had waited, it probably would have dropped. Yes, I know. The right number 1 is the number 1 for me.
But to go back
But
to what you said then, for this list, I actually haven't rewatched any of them. And maybe it might be a different list had I done it. But I've done it from the appreciation that I had from the takes that I had and the passion that I had. So I appreciate that. I get what you know.
Yeah, and the Batmobile in this one was just, they carried over the Batmobile. The Gothic style, they carried it over. Everything just, it was literally the first Batman movie, just darker, which is what everyone wanted.
This is what.
This is why I don't get number 3. Anyway.
Then get on the bandwagon with vengeance.
I don't want to see a sparkly Batman yet.
Oh,
Will
No, okay, let's go into this quickly. So remember the Batman? You love Robert
You upset
Pattinson.
Nico now, come on.
I do love Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that Robert Pattinson hype train, so I don't know what he's like.
Have you not watched his movies?
I
He's
don't
good
really
in
watch
a few.
movies that much anymore.
He's good in
I
other
see.
films except for Child.
I watch money. Is it going to make money for me? Yes. Okay, I'll put it on. Right? That's what I think. So Batman, I'll definitely put it on because people will like you will come and watch it because hey, it's a Batman movie. They always make money, no matter if it's good or bad. The problem with this one is I want to see Batman and I want to see Bruce Wayne. I haven't seen Bruce Wayne yet. I've seen Batman. I don't know what Bruce Wayne's like.
The Bruce Wayne part scares me, but I'm still going in with an open mind.
And
Doesn't scare
his
me
bullshit,
at all.
his bullcrap about I am not
I
going to
think
work
it'll be
out
fine.
because it's sending wrong images for the kids.
He got
He
roasted
worked
for that.
out.
That was so badly calculated. I can't defend him
So-
saying that, but he worked out. Have you seen the shape he's
Yeah.
in now?
Yeah, but I know that's the thing. He said he wasn't going to work out, but then he worked out, which is even worse because people are going to say, people are not going to know what happened and say, he didn't work out and he's so buff. You don't have to do this. Yeah.
But we all
So
know
it
he's
doesn't
chatting shit,
matter.
basically.
It so doesn't matter.
I know,
All
but
that
once
matters
again,
is he going to be a great Batman? Spoiler, yes.
once again, I do not know. Spider-Man, I was so high. I wanted like Spider-Man, the last one. What did I do when I sat down with you? I was like, I like Tom Holland, but I'm not going to hype myself up over this movie because it could be shit. And then it might not actually be crap. It might just be because I hype it so much. You guys are wrestling fans. You hype a match so much that when it doesn't live up to your expectations, it's bad. Stop hyping the damn thing.
Nah, man,
Just
nah. I
live in the
wouldn't
damn
say-
moment.
Ever since Deadpool, I have very much contained my excitement for a film.
John
I love
Campea wrecked
Deadpool.
you.
Oh yeah, he's a prick.
But you didn't like
I love
Deadpool.
Oh!
I love Deadpool.
Yeah,
you
me
didn't like
too.
Deadpool. Wow.
Deadpool.
AJ said that Deadpool got ruined because he saw a review that gave it 10 out of 10.
Oh, God.
That's high. But then, come on, guys. Like,
No. But
when
listen,
you hear
when
any
a man comes
critic,
out and says,
when you
"It's
hear
the
any
funniest
critic
film
talk,
I've ever
even like
seen,"
even if it's us talking there, like, don't you always have that, like, objective? All right, I've heard what you said, but I'll still take it with a pinch.
do you know?
of
No, do you know
salt.
what it was, bro? I was
course.
very hyped for this film, and then when you've got someone who just took it out, it's the funniest film I've seen. It's the truest form to a comic book film I've ever seen. I'm hearing all of these promotions. Like when I sat there, and I even down to the opener, it's the greatest opener. Like now, had I not read that or heard that, sorry, I would have just really sat back and giggled at what I had seen and found it quite creative. Having that spoiled and having this huge expectation, it dumbed it right the hell down. And that is why, even down to No Time to Die, any film now, I will wait till I've seen the film and then I will watch someone's review.
I
find
trust
out if
someone's
I agree
review
or
on this.
disagree.
I trust someone's review. I work also. My name Tech. I run a technical company. I run a lot, everything to do live music, sound, everything like that. I also got cinemas. I would do the cinema. So I didn't see No Time to Die until after Nico's review, and I was like, I still have to watch the movie. So my expectation fell, which made the movie okay. If I saw it beforehand, I would have been so pissed. And the movie would have been worse. So I went, the movie's okay. It's not good. It's
Yeah,
not a good
saved
one.
you.
I hate
It
the
saved
kind of,
you.
but it's
Not a
okay.
good gun movie.
That's once again, you take reviewers and you develop trust with them. I'm trusting you on this, even though there's so much films you don't like that I like. There's films that you like that I don't like, but I get it. But what won it over for me was True Lies. Because of that, I trust you.
My guy!
Well, my opinion is, listen to your reviewers. get like inspired by your reviewers, like get the lowdown, get a bit hyped from reviewers, but always keep an open mind that
Yes.
you're
Oh, bro,
going
that was
there
the lesson I learned
to
that
form
day.
your own opinion on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was the lesson I had learned that day.
I could hear 20 great reviews about a film, but then I was still going there like, we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
Now,
Yeah, 100%.
From what I've seen about Batman is what makes me hyped, like not what
Yeah.
someone else said. It's basically, it looks very good to me. It looks true to form. It looks like basically it's going to be the best thing we've seen since the Nolan films. Yeah. However, if it's not fair dues, it's not because I got hyped that all these reviewers are like, want to give it a big soppy kiss and everything. Like, it's just is what it is, isn't it? Like, if I love it, I love it. If I don't, maybe it better not next time.
Fair play.
I mean, for the next time, that's the laugh for. Yeah, I get that what you're saying. Yeah, but by the way, just to throw that in there, I'm not a big Nolan fan. Actually, let's get that right. I'm not a fan of the fans of Nolan.
Where
I
did
can
they,
get what
where,
you're
where
saying.
did
I
they touch
understand
you?
the statement.
Where did they touch you?
On hair. And no, it was a case of come on, what 2010 when what was it? Toy Story 3 came out, and this Bog movie. I can't remember the name of it right now. The one about the dream in a dream in a dream.
Inception. Whoa.
Inception. When everyone came out, and everyone was like, "It's the greatest movie." Fuck off! It's a heist movie, right?
Yeah,
but everyone,
literally.
it was a great movie.
It's a good
Toy
film.
Story 3.
It's a good film.
Toy Story 3 was the
film, bro.
best one that year.
Exactly.
I walked out of that, trying not to blink. But everyone's like, "Oh, you're watching a kids movie? This movie was so deep, I can't even understand it." What's not to understand? They had a mission. They either succeed or didn't. It's up to you to find out if they did or not. But yeah, it just pissed me off.
Fair enough. A few comments have come in. Francis Leon says Pfeiffer filled out that suit. Great.
They had to sew it into it, actually.
When DeVito bites the guy's nose off, definitely not a great moment.
I was going to mention that. It wasn't great. That was annoying.
Fuzz Aldrin says not working out means not wanting to take steroids. There is some people arguing that that's what he meant. Frank Torres is a wrestling fan. If I overhype a match, I just blame Vince McMahon. Mistake, Frank. Frank, it's a mistake because all McMahon is saying in those matches that I watched, that's some good shit right there. That's all that's happening. If you see those big guys, they're gonna slap the shit out of each other, brother. Some good shit right there. Oh. If you know, you
and
know.
then fire them next week.
Francis Lalonde says hype is the biggest enemy. Well,
Indeed.
Danhausen would disagree. There's another wrestling reference. Hype is good. Creates buzz. Buzz is good. Have you seen that? It's the funniest shit. I don't know what happened. Like overnight, I became a Danhausen fan. The dude is so funny. He's got that you don't mess with the Zohan level of comedy on his vlogs. He literally starts unboxing stuff and it's just sweets. It's just candy. He's like, oh, candy good? Not if you're a wrestler, though. Stay off candy. But more candy. What's his candy? It's like, what are you doing? You're so random that you're actually funny. What else do we got? Francis Lalonde is saying, War of the Worlds. I was all set for Citizen Kane of Sci-Fi. Instead, I got Jaws 3D starring Tom Cruise. Ah!
Yeah.
Frank Torres says, in relation to what Big Tom was saying, everyone loves The Power of the Dog and The Lost Daughter, and I can't agree. Those are boring films. This happens often. People hype films and they turn out to be boring. Den, example with you. You didn't like Dune.
Oh, you didn't like Dune?
No, I
That's
didn't.
weird.
He's
That's weird.
mental.
What, the Sun movie? The Sun movie.
No, not Attack of the Clones. Dune.
Yeah, the Sun movie.
No, not Attack of the
I hate
Clones.
sand. It gets
Dune.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's again?
It's coarse.
Beautiful,
It gets
beautiful
everywhere.
movie. Beautiful movie. What's it called? Zendaya is in the movie. She's like on the post, everything. 7 seconds. About 7 seconds, I should say, she was in the movie. What's the point?
21.
It's the first part of 3.
It's
I
official
watched that movie
masterpiece.
before it came out, before it became the movie, before they put the word part 1 on there. When they put the movie as just Dune. So I was part of the crew sitting there watching that movie going, yes, let's see this ending. Oh, is that the ending? Oh, there's a part 2. Fuck you. Give me back my money.
I felt
Wow.
I felt that.
You
pain,
must have
man.
been pissed at the end of the first
Oh,
Lord of the Rings movie.
I said it.
Wow.
No, but that I knew there was going to be another one and another one. I
Well, if
knew
you don't know, get to know.
they didn't say
Well,
anything.
it's
And the
pretty
execs have come to me.
obvious. It's pretty
It wasn't-
obvious at the end of Dune that there's going to be
I watched this
another one.
movie like almost a year or 6 months before it came out. So I'm sitting there and the execs is like, look at me like, what do you think? I'm like, where's the rest of it? Oh, it's a part 1. You better put part 1 on it.
Yeah, but it's obvious though. I mean, they set it up. There's so many plot holes and threads and everything. Like you can't come out of that film thinking
I've
that
never
is
read
the
the
movie.
book. I've never read the
You
book.
don't,
I
you don't
know
have to. Just watch the film. Clearly, they're setting up more movies.
Look, I watched the Marvel movies and I know there's going to be carry on. But each one of those movies has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. This one has a middle. I mean, yeah, it's just a middle. There's not even a beginning. It's just a middle.
Look, the way I see
You're
it,
wrong,
this film
it's
was
great.
the beginning. The whole film was the beginning.
Shit. I
For
am
me,
now
personally.
waiting for when they finish everything. Then I go watch the movie again. But finish the shit. Punk ass motherfuckers.
Okay,
Sorry.
then.
Right. Finish with Batman Returns?
Andy Hart says you watched Dune 6 months before the rest of us, and you are complaining.
Indeed. I
Yes.
couldn't agree more, Andy.
No,
Yes.
Andy, you tell him. AJ, that was your 3 and Den's 3, right?
Yep, over to you, sir.
Okie dokie. AJ, you do it, please.
Okay.
Cool. My 3 then was the punt, and that's Batman Begins.
Punt.
Still, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I please talk a little bit? God damn it!
Wait, what number is this?
3!
Wait.
For fuck's sake! All I've done
Hell,
is been
You
punted!
you punted me when I was. Oh yeah, crap, shit. All right, cool. What the fuck?
God damn it! I haven't literally spoken about a second one of my fucking movies today!
Sorry, Nico.
Victor, over to you, sir.
All right. So my 3 is Batman 1989.
Okay. Sorry, let me get your post.
No more punts.
Wait. That's the number 3. So there's a punt, then, isn't it? If I'm higher than
Yeah,
that.
go on.
If it's higher
Yeah,
than that, it's a
punt.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I thought that would be.
God
Thanks
damn
for
it,
playing,
we're
Big
done.
Tone.
We're punting down here.
Welcome back, Den.
So it's my
No,
one.
Den's been there because he was number 3, so it's back to me.
I've been.
Right.
It's back to, yeah.
Off you go then, AJ.
Okay, so we're looking. That was my number 3.
Well,
the same number
Dan's
2
gone
then.
is number 3.
Can we go?
No, my number 3 and AJ's number 3 was the same.
So it's
Oh,
your number 2
oh.
now, AJ.
Right, I think most people have punted on this earlier. Batman Under the Red Hood.
Wow, high for you, huh?
Wow, that's really high.
I
That's
was
number 2.
I'll be
It's a really
honest.
good film.
Yeah.
That's your 2, yeah?
I wasn't familiar with the Red Hood story, and I just what normally tends to happen to me with a Batman animated movie more than anything, I stumble on them. And again, it was one of those that I just happened to be there, walk in, and oh, there's a Batman movie on. I can't remember where the hell I saw it. Legal, obviously, because I didn't download it to just stumble upon it.
Of course not.
And it just progressed. Coming up?
I said, of course not. Of course you didn't download anything.
No, this one. This one.
He's very legal. He's very legal. Come
I
on.
said it was legal. I didn't get. Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
pays for all the streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming stuff.
Yeah, you did. You
HBO
didn't
Max
get
as well.
caught.
No. This was a legal streaming service. This is. I can't remember where
Illegal
or how.
streaming service. I've got it.
You've got it on
Alright.
HBO Max, right?
Let's try and incriminate the show, bro. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, let's buy ourselves a coffee
Nothing
to
to do
free
with the
AJ
show.
from prison. That's
And
the
we
one we're
all
going for.
have our own separate accounts.
Yes. We never
Yes,
share
we do.
passcodes or
What, you
passwords.
crazy? Nah.
Never.
What if
Why
I
would
wanna
we
watch
do that?
something and
Disney
you
will
wanna
sue
watch
us for
something
that.
Hell no.
You must all be in the
Anyway,
same household.
AJ.
Yeah. Anyway,
You're number
Disney
2,
will-
AJ.
We
Right.
fuck you up.
yeah, I was.
Oh, you took my money. Fuck you, brother. Jackie
No,
Gomez
I
says
haven't.
it's my number 2 as well. AJ, you're in good company.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I was. Just the development of this story just really took me away more than most of the animated films I've ever done, including I know one that's been punted already. I felt the pacing was right, the story, the reveal. It was like it just hit so many beats. I'll be honest. At the time that I watched this, for a guy who's a major Batman fan, I was just aware of Dick Grayson. So unfolding further, I don't know who has seen from who hasn't. So I'm being very sketchy on it. But the reveal, why it happened, how it happened, and what it led to, yeah, it kicks the Winter Soldier's ass as far as I'm concerned in terms of storytelling. I was like, oh, okay, it's the similar story, but this one just says it a lot better, a lot better. And I was just like, wow, it really and truly just blew me away. I was like, this is damn good. Now, don't get me wrong, Phantasm. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I as you guys said those bits, it triggered a few memories. But this, I believe, as a Batman animated, was top tier for me.
I would argue this is
Honestly.
the best version of the Joker we have ever seen.
Okay,
Do you like
that's
the
a translator.
forehand or the
Yeah,
backhand? Do you like it? Do you like it from the forearm or the backhand? Do you like it when I do
He's
this?
deep. He
Oh,
is
Bro,
deep. in
there's
this.
that. It's when he gasolines the police truck and just drops the match. And I was like, oh, he went there. Like,
Oh,
I'm not saying
But
this
you
is
see,
the
the
best
thing is,
performance of the Joker. It's not the best voice performance. It's not the best character story. It's the best depiction of that crazy character.
interpretation, yeah, definitely.
I've got one
Yes.
better than that, but still, that one I love with the fact that he's like, no, this is the best way. I'm the only one that wins.
Yeah. I love that part. Like, see, the thing is, though, as you guys speak, I'm getting triggered because, again, why can't you do this live action? Why can't you take that story and why wasn't that the Batman movie that we wanted?
Money.
No, come on. You could have done that film.
You take a Red Hood story, and that is something that has to come a long way down the line in terms of film.
That's 15
that one,
in the
I think,
UK.
is a difficult one. But again,
You know what?
agree.
I don't even think they had. I think they could have just jumped in, like with that, like, you know, because they've done that for a lot of other things. Like after, say, BBS, where they teased in the Batcave, ha, Batman. You could have just had that.
Oh, I wanted to see that story so much.
Oh, yeah.
So the Joker clearly killed the Robin in this universe. Give me that fucking story.
Yeah.
Please.
No, because if they give you that story, they're going to think about the big picture. They're going to catch up with Marvel. Understand what they were doing. I'm being very sarcastic. I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because what they did didn't work. Not even slightly.
Right. AJ, this is on my list as well. This was number 6, and that's what number 5.
Okay.
Right. My thing for this one was, I was one of them people that wrote to the comic to vote to kill that motherfucking Robin.
Why you don't like Jason for?
He was a crap Robin. He's an awesome Red Hood.
He's not as bad as Tim Drake.
You don't like Tim Drake?
He's fine. If
Why you like
there's
Tim
not,
Drake?
there's not a bad Robin, is there? No, you got Dick, you got Damien, you've got
Oh,
Jason.
Man, Tim Drake
you've got
over
Tim.
Jason.
In those fucking 4 Robins, Tim is a solid 4th.
What? Oh no, nah, man, no. Well, I guess I suppose read a lot
Between Damien, Jason, and Dick, you put Tim higher than any of them.
No.
I can't remember Tim. Give me something with Tim, please.
I put Dick. I put Dick. Like Tim was the main Robin in the Young Justice books. Like the the comics, not the series.
Well,
I still don't remember him. That means he's not good. If I
There's
can't
a
remember him,
conversation
who came last? Was it? Is he officially the Robin though? Because he's like the only
Tim
one
Drake.
Yeah, he is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. Like
well, as it currently stands, because he's post Damien, right?
Which
there's
read with which
a lot
author?
of.
There's so many different authors writing Batman at different points of his
It
career.
goes. Dick, obviously, Jason, Tim, Damien. Somewhere that you could throw in Stephanie because was like that, but that's
she wasn't really a
like,
Robin.
different story. Yeah,
fair play. But yeah.
Listen,
Jack,
there's something that's interesting that's come up because Denvertech said money a few times, and Jackie G is saying the same thing here. They're never making a Batman R-rated movie. They need money and they need to sell toys. I'd like to.
They didn't have to make that R-rated.
I'd like to take this moment to clear something up with the ratings because they're very different in the UK to they are in the US, right? We don't have something called R rating is not 15. That's what I want to clear up. R rating absolutely not 15. A 15 movie, no, it's not. Here's the difference. A 15 movie, according to the British BBFC, means irrespective of whether you are with a parent or guardian, if you are not 15, you are not coming in. Fact. An R rating says
it's 18. It's 18 in the US.
An R rating says you may not come in, and if you are not of legal age, unless you have someone of legal age. You could take your little cousin in to watch the Batman if he's 9 in America, as long as you're over the legal age. It's not a fucking opinion.
But going for the rating.
12A, but it won't compute correctly.
Correct. What they're doing with the R rating is they are informing the parents that, because remember, the very different ideals in America, right? We don't like violence here. That's usually what triggers us to put a rating up. In America, it's blood. It's not even violence. It's specifically seeing blood and seeing nipples. Like boobies are a no-no in America, right? If a movie has too much swearing, too much blood, or any blood for that matter, any blood.
And this is CGI blood.
No, because
Unless
No, I
it's
think- I
CGI
think
blood.
any
no,
blood.
because that's why they took the
Nope.
blood out of Venom.
Nope.
They took the blood out of Venom, so it wasn't
Jesus
R-rated.
Christ, I talk to these people every week.
Bro, this isn't an opinion. This is a fact. Like you can go and
It feels like an opinion when you have to get a rating
Let
for a
the
movie.
tech fight. Let the tech
Right. I give this R rating. The reason why I just assume R rating, it's not exact science to this one, going for that way then. R rating in the US tends to be 15 in the UK, and the was it NC-17 or N-17, whatever it's called in America, tends to be an 18 over here. You sometimes get away with an R rating in the US, turns out to be a 12A in the UK, which is not that often, but it's just to do with, once again, swearing, and what's it called, sexual nudity. Over here, we're more with the violence than the sex. You get with a lot more on sexual stuff over in the UK than with
That's what I said.
violence. But at the same time, if you work in the industry, in this film industry and stuff like that, and you have to transfer a movie over, and you see, because it takes a long while for them to give a flipping rating over here. You would get a movie coming out the week off, and they still won't give it a rating. They give the rating of the trailers, so you have to make an educational guess beforehand and go, what have they got in America? Okay, they've got a R rating in America, so let's aim this movie towards 15. And if you're
Correct.
lucky,
Correct.
if
If
you're
you
lucky,
want-
they bring it down. But majority of the times, it's 15.
No,
But the
if
thing
you're
is, we
doing a
can't
direct
compute one to the
comparison
other.
about what's the co-equivalent, sure. But what I'm trying to highlight is that there's a very big difference between 15 and R rating, whereas 15 in the UK means if you're not of the age, don't give a fuck who you're with, you're not coming in. That's
Yeah.
different to the States. R rating in America means, yeah, you got to be this age, but if you got someone of that age, you can come in if they allow it.
It also depends on the cinema in America.
That I don't know enough about, but I know
If
what
you ever
the
go to
R
the ghetto
rating means
cinemas,
in America.
woo!
So it's a weird one. So it's 15 here is going to hurt the movie a lot more than it being R-rated in America.
R rating
what-
in America hurt the movie as well. It really does. It truly does.
Because the parents are fucking sensitive. I get that. What's
Yes.
very strange, though, in all this is that we're talking about money, right? So first off, it's been R-rated and 15. So it's
Mm.
not kid-friendly, is what the studio is saying. Secondly, riddle me this, pun intended. It's a 3-hour film. Now, studio
That's a
film, unless they are like a culmination event like in Avengers, these standalone studio films, they usually try and keep under that time because obviously if the movie's
More
shorter,
watch.
more screenings, more bums in seats. Like the whole way that this movie's been produced, the way it's been rated, the timing of it, it doesn't feel like a cash grab. Like everything is telling me that this hasn't been made with the bottom line in mind. Obviously, it's going to make a buck. It's a fucking Batman movie. Obviously, even if the kids don't see it, they're still going to be sold all the Batman toys. Like they're not stupid. I'm not saying that this movie hasn't been put out to make money. Of course it has.
That wasn't a conversation.
No,
That
it
wasn't
is.
a conversation.
What do you mean that wasn't the
It
conversation?
was. We were talking about why don't they make a movie like the Red Hood, and we went. They can't make it like that because
No,
of.
he went based on
No,
Jackie's
Jackie
comment.
Gomez says they're never making a Batman R-rated movie. They need money and they need to sell toys.
Okay, cool. Go on, Jackie. I'm with you. Carry on.
That,
but
that
it-
is
it-
actually
it's
kind of a
interesting,
poignant
But
point.
what I'm
But
saying
then,
is that
like history kind of does actually say it differently. Because if you
But
think about it, look at all the toys that came out for RoboCop, for
Yeah, this is what I'm
Aliens,
saying.
Yeah.
this is what I'm
90s.
saying. Like, but what I'm
90s.
saying is that the whole R-rated thing is dead because the movie is R-rated. The Batman is an R-rated movie in the States, and
Oh,
it's
Well,
15 here. It's
fuck you,
happened.
money. And
Like,
it's
rated,
3 hours.
done.
Fuck you, money.
The problem is you can still market.
But that's
Batman
kind
in
of what it
such a
feels
way.
like. And it's 3
can-
hours. The length of it and the fact that it's gone R-rated, it really makes me think, oh, God, well, there's an ulterior motive to just simple finances in this.
Do you know,
Obviously, the studio execs are like, let's make some money, but then
here's the plain and simple behind the marketing of toys and stuff like that. You just have to show a trailer of Batman. A
Correct.
kid will watch the Batman cartoon, and the fact that you're saying in that trailer he's got a different car, a kid's gonna jump on it because it's Batman. Because
You
it's
say
Batman.
kids. It's not kids anymore. Kids don't buy toys.
It's not.
It's flipping adults.
Yeah, but then in that case, then everything's null and void because you can make it an 18 then. You can
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
whatever.
But once
these
again,
days,
they want to
these
make their
days,
money.
children are gonna get the chance to watch like rated R stuff anyway because they're out on streaming platforms within a couple of months of being in the cinema nowadays.
Then again-
it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah. Also, remember, Deadpool was R-rated, still made 700+ million.
Yeah, don't compare
And he still
Deadpool
appears
with
in,
an
like,
actual
I
box
know,
office movie.
I know.
It's the
I'm
highest,
just
one of
there
the highest
are
R-rated.
there are examples of R-rated comic book movie making money. There's no doubt. My
Yeah.
whole point is that I find it interesting that the studio, and this is Warner Brothers we're talking about. I
Yeah,
find it
they
very
brought
interesting
Warner
that they've gone approving a long movie, and they've supported the rating. I appreciate they don't have much of a say, but they have come out and said we agree. That's very strange for a studio
they
like
was
Warner
gonna
Brothers.
make money
Now,
anyway.
when
They
Discovery,
know.
when Discovery buys Warner Brothers, remember I stated that.
Okay.
I said it about Fox and Disney way before. Saying it about right now. Warner Brothers
It could
and
happen.
Discovery.
I just don't know.
Not could. When it's already started.
Okay, cool.
So is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Hey, I got. Right,
Invest.
everyone get ready. Everyone get ready to say punt now. Or at
Again.
least, yep.
What number
Again.
is this for you?
Number 2.
Two.
And I'm going to be punted again. The Dark Knight. Fuck you all, okay?
This is one shit.
Fuck
episode
all of you.
Nico, when you read in the comments next time, put yourself on screen so you can be on the full screen next time. Just give you some FaceTime.
My number 2, I know no one's going to be higher than this, is Batman Begins.
No, I was at 6.
Was my 3. 2 for you, 3 for me,
7 for
6 for
me.
me. 6 for me.
7 for AJ, 6 for Den. All right, big tone.
I cannot understate how much I love this film. Like, it really was a struggle between me and like my number 1. Like, that makes it obvious what it is, but hey. But like, I just remember up until that point, yeah, like we can be honest and say there wasn't really a serious superhero film. Yeah, there was films like that took maybe a different approach, like Blade, didn't it? It was more fantasy, like horror. Yeah, there was like poor attempts of The Punisher, but there was no actual serious like film that you could sit down and like, wow, the drama in this is really good. Yeah, I just remember because I was actually a cinema usher back in the day, like when this movie came out. I just remember like just going to check the screens and seeing the preview, and just from seeing a little clip, I knew I had to go see it that night. Yeah, and I did. And like some of the lines, it has some of the greatest like movie lines in for me ever. Like the whole always mind your surroundings, like back and forth. I love the final line of the film when he's like, I never did say, Jim Gordon's like, I never did say thank you. And Batman says, and you'll never have to, then flies off into the distance. Yeah, it's such an epic moment. The training scene, like for me, this is the best origin of Batman like ever, like shown on screen.
I would happily agree with that.
Like, we see him, what he goes through, we see the training in the ice, and everyone's got to admit that's one of your favorite moments, that training in the ice. Yeah, Liam Neeson brings it with the little switcheroo. You find out that he's Raz and everything. No, I love that film. And then, of course, it's got the iconic parts just come through the roof. Like, what are you? And like, God, say it with me, everyone. I'm Batman.
I'm
Batman.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the first time he says that line. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this the one where Bill shouted at the cameraman? Or was it the next movie?
I'm not sure.
Was it this movie that he shouted at the cameraman when Bill? What are you doing?
That was on Terminator Salvation.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Again, I can't. The Tumbler as well. I'm sorry, but that's the best Batmobile scene for me. Period. Yeah, like he comes out. Where's my car? I bought mine. The car just comes rolling in. Like that for me is the most plausible Batmobile. Some tankish thing that can jump on roofs, that has grapple hooks. Yeah, like come on. Yeah.
I can't really add to anything you've just said, and it's very high. It's my number 3, but yeah, you've flown that flag well.
What Batman Begin does is made it real. It made it plausible. Whereas the others are more fantastic. And I think that's the thing. If you really appreciate that, which is something I found different and refreshing, but I do go, as you can see, with Batman Forever being at number 4, the fantastic side of it, the mythicism of Batman, that wild and wacky side. But I totally like the way you sold it as well. Is pure magic, and it's true. In terms of origin, you can never outdo Batman Begins. It just gave you everything and how it all developed. It is truly great.
It made us take comic book films seriously at that point. I'm not saying, I mean, as a comic book fan, we all took it seriously, but the rest of the world didn't. Yeah, not really. But then, like, after Batman Begins, then this is where the MCU was able to, like, springboard off that, like, and we started getting more complete, solid films rather than, you know, comic book hokiness, if that makes sense.
Taking that serious tone, especially as you've said it before, you guys showed it to me earlier, opened the door to show it's possible to take a different turn on Superman, and that is something I'm eternally grateful for.
See, with Batman Begins, as I said at the start, I love an origin story when it comes to Batman. Seeing his mom die repeatedly and his dad die repeatedly, he just always says it. But it sounds messed up saying it like that. It sounds so messed up.
Does.
Every single time,
It's done the best here.
They've done it in a different way, and it's not lingered on. It's not like we're repeating watching him getting killed in well, we did in one movie, but apart from that, but yeah, him going off to training. Before he even went off to training, what I like about it was the fact that you saw a broken Bruce Wayne had to deal with the trial of his parents being killed, and he went revenge, and he went after to kill, was it Joe Chill? And
Yeah, Joe.
got killed beforehand, then went to go kill the mobster, then realized he didn't have the balls to do it, and had to go and become a criminal to realize what the criminals are. So I was like, yeah, I love that aspect of the movie, and I loved the fact that he wasn't Batman until the end of the movie. Even when he was coming down and said, I'm Batman, he still wasn't Batman until he got rid of Ra's al Ghul and stated, I don't have to kill you, but I'm not going to save you.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, loophole city. So I was like, yeah. So then that point, I was like, yeah. And the fact that it was coming off a shit Batman movie. And usually what happens is, if a movie is good, the next one does good. So it's coming off the worst Batman movie of all time.
Yeah.
Followed.
So
So
Falcone, shout out to Falcone as well, man.
Falcone, Ray Wilkinson, so good.
Yeah, things like holding from the roof. Come on, man, from this height, you're not gonna kill me. I know. That's crunch.
Wrong.
Like,
That's Salvatore. That was Salvatore Maroni, not Carmine Falcone, and that was in The Dark Knight, not Batman Begins.
Yeah. So yeah,
it was a great scene.
Pulling out the gun on Bruce Wayne. I could kill you right there. Right there's a gun. No, right there's this. Right there's that. Right there, and no one's gonna do anything. Power is not showing what power really is. I was like, yeah. So I love that movie as well. I know it's not as high on my list as y'all.
No.
I know you guys were saying you dropped out. What's it, Scarecrow? But I don't see it. I love Scarecrow in there.
No, Scarecrow Batman Begins is fucking awesome.
That one.
Oh
it's
yeah.
in 2 and 3.
Okay.
In 2
and 3, he's
crushed at the start, and in 3, he's just a judge.
Okay. Yeah.
No, he's awesome in number 1.
Yeah, no.
Although I don't like the way that they
eliminated him at the end.
Yeah. Fire hydrant to the fire horsey. It's like, okay.
Okay. Oh, you're on about in 3.
In 2 and 3.
Okay.
Even in the he was dropped in 2 and 3.
In the first one.
No, I thought that sucked.
What with the taste of your own medicine, doctor? I love that.
No, when she tasered him.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
When he was on the horse.
No, taste your own medicine was awesome.
Medicine was good. When he
Taste
saw
Your
the
Medicine
Batman.
was great.
Yeah. I just put that out of my memory, the taste.
This is what I'm
And
talking about.
I love the fact that Batman wasn't super smart in this one. He wasn't the one coming up with all of the gadgets. He had his little Q. He had Q.
And that's why Michael Caine's the best Alfred, because Alfred has only been like a sort of side character that you only see for a few minutes every film. Here he was his accomplice. He had a lot of.
Wasn't Michael Caine?
He wasn't though. Lucius Fox was.
Lucius Fox,
yeah.
Michael Caine was doing the ordering.
Yeah, that's true.
Ordering like, oh, you want this? I can order it. He's got Michael Caine has a Prime account, so he was able to hire and get it next day. And then boom with the jokes. That's right. And I have to explain it to make it even better.
All right. A few comments have come up here. Jackie Gomez says, really curious
Make
to see
yourself full,
Nico's
make
number
yourself full.
one. Andy Hart says, good call, Big Tom. Batman Begins is my number 3. Mixed Memorabilia says, I said my Rushmore early. It's okay. I've got that one noted. Mixed Memorabilia at the start. Gavin Mann says, I've lost track of who has what. I can see Dark Knight making a few number ones. It's number 3 for me. Gavin Mann, just before we'll reveal our number ones, we'll do a quick recap for everyone.
Oh, snap.
Because this has been a fucking puntathon. Frank Torres says, with that beautiful intro from Big Tone, if he would have said Batman and Robin, I would have lost it.
Should have done it for the banter.
He should have done it for the banter. Batman Begins is my number 1 out of any superhero movie. Just a perfect origin
Trust me,
story.
you don't understand how close. You don't understand how close that was been to be my number 1.
Jackie Gomez says Batman Begins was the first one that made it feel real. It brought an amazing villain like Scarecrow. Cillian Murphy was badass. The only bad casting was Katie Holmes. Preach.
Oh yeah.
Gab, yeah. Oh yeah,
Forgot she was in
indeed.
that movie.
Maggie Gyllenhaal was great as her replacement in the follow-up, though. Gavin Mann says Batman Begins is awesome and is the best from the Nolan trilogy. Big Tone's kind of on there. Francis Lon says Silver Screen Dudes at the close of the show need a group. We're Batman.
Hopefully, we could try.
If the internet connection allows that, it's gonna. I'm worried it's gonna sound more like a barbershop
Bat-
quartet. Bat.
No.
Now we're sounding like Lego Batman because I'm Batman. Oh dear.
I am still deaf.
Francis Lon says totally love Morgan Freeman. More spelunking, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah, Lucius Fox. To be honest, I didn't mention how good he was. Well, it's Morgan Freeman. Come on.
Yeah.
It is Morgan Freeman.
Someone gonna hate on him?
I think
Yeah.
there was some bad stuff.
Yes.
Towards his name.
There's bad stuff about him. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Why you invite this? Why you invite this
Yeah,
problem to us?
let's
What we
move
do?
on.
Move along.
Age, people.
Move along the same way that Vladimir Putin should move along.
Oh yeah, don't bring a little
Please,
fucktard.
please,
Let's not talk about that fucktard. Anyway,
Anyway,
my number 2 is gonna get punt right away. So Dark Knight, punt.
your number 2 is The Dark Knight. Yeah.
There you go. Well done. Bye.
Cool. So we're at worst territory.
We're at worst. Do we all have the same worst?
Yes, we do.
Well,
but actually,
unless someone's going to punt me right
then
now,
might
if they're number 1, I'm just going to go with mine, and here we go. Batman
Yes.
and Robin.
Yes.
Yes.
It's time to kick some ice.
The Iceman cometh. You're not sending me to the
What Batman suit has nipples?
But you know what? Schwarzenegger was actually the best part of that film.
Oh yeah.
You know it was absolutely terrible. My gosh, Uma Thurman, man.
Uma
Word.
Thurman was the
Oh,
worst.
so bad. Unfortunately, I have to say it, the women were the worst part of that film. Her and Alicia Silverstone were fucking so bad. That scene where Alicia Silverstone falls through his Batgirl at the end and just goes, "You're about to become compost." It's like, oh,
This took him
Why?
back to the whenever it was the first one you
60s.
picked, AJ. Yeah,
66.
it took it back to that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
I
But you know what? One thing I always questioned when watching that film is like, when Alicia Silverstone's character Barbara in it, like comes to speak to Alfred and was like, "Oh, I want to help Batman and Robin," and he's like, "I anticipated that, and I've tailored something in your fit." How's he looking at his niece? How's he looking at his niece and getting some skin
With
tight
nipples
thing?
and a tight.
No, there was no nipples on her suit. There was no nipples on her suit.
There was
Yeah,
no
wow.
nipples on the suit, but it
There
might
was
as
no
well
nipples
have
on
been.
her suit.
It was
was
that
on
tight.
It
Emerson.
wasn't like pointy little man nipples, but there was like, what's that part around the nipple that were,
Areola.
Thank you, my man. I should know this given I just had a baby. There was some
You should
very
know
clear
this 'cause-
areola markings on the boob
I
suit.
never noticed that. I might give the movie a view again and give it another chance because
Such an old perv.
I'm just messing.
And then if you liked the Bat run at the end of Batman Forever, then this one gave you all 3 of them. Way.
yeah.
Fuck me. But hey, you got your big running into the screen at the end.
That's what you think. But yeah, It just
So
failed
bad.
in so many areas. It just failed in so many areas.
It kills superhero movies.
Yeah.
It literally kills superhero movies for
Literally did.
Until
This
Spider-Man.
continued Joel Schumacher's obsession with, we need to sell toys. Like lots and lots of toys. The kids will love this stuff. It's like, no. How about make a good movie? Then the adults will also buy the toys and become collectors.
The ones with the money. The ones with the money.
Until X-Men, Spider-Man, and Blade come out, comic book films. didn't
Was that
recover.
2009? 1999, right?
Yeah.
2000.
Around that
Yeah.
time, yeah.
2000.
It just missed the mark on so many points.
On
but I
so
think
many
that's it.
levels. Although, confession time! I
loves it.
like their fucking ice suits at the end. I think they're really cool. The fucking bat ice suit with the white logo and the Batmobile with the white highlights. I was like, you know what? I actually dig that. I hate myself for liking it, but I'm being honest. I kind of like it.
So are we giving positives
I
to the
could, I
movies
could
now?
see you watching that as a guilty pleasure. Just like to
Yeah.
watch it because it's so bad.
Yeah. Oh. Yo, man. Poison Ivy, she colorful.
Positive. I don't know. I don't know.
Chill. He said chill. Oh, dude.
I mean, it was cool to see Batgirl. It was cool to see the characters, but they were all delivered wrong, so it wasn't that cool. So that's the
Bane.
The positive
Don't
quickly
forget the
becomes a
Batman
negative.
credit card.
Don't forget
the
Bane.
Bat card.
Brrr.
They
Brrr.
did Bane dirty in that film, man.
Bomb.
Oh yeah, can we talk
No,
about
what's
how
the
George
worst one?
Clooney is the worst Batman ever?
Yes.
Thing is, because he admits
that
it and
argument
owns
between
up
him
to
and
it.
Perfect, personally.
Huh?
He's bad, but I still
Nah,
get
man,
it.
don't diss
Holy
Affleck like
shit.
that. No, man, come on.
I'm gonna get a zip car. I'll be back. I'll see you in a bit, AJ. What the fuck?
Come
No,
on,
he was
Affleck
terrible. I'm
wasn't-
not saying no, but I don't. Again, there was that deliver. As I said, I personally is that. I'm just saying the argument is out
Wow.
there of who is. I personally think Clooney is the worst.
So while trying to dissect
Wow.
the elements that make a film great versus not great, basically what this conversation is divulged into was ice suits and bat nipples.
No. I give it. No,
Wow.
we gave it to the fact that we love the puns from Mr. Freeze. I love the fact that he was a bad guy, but he was doing it all for the right reason. He's trying to save his wife, but not thinking correctly.
Yeah, that's why
But
Mr. Freeze is a great character.
Yeah, but
No,
after
what's the
all,
one-liners and it's Schwarzenegger's charisma.
what could
No,
he
no,
do?
I mean the
What's really
character,
cool
Mr. Freeze.
It's
Forget
for the premiere, and I was
general.
really gutted I didn't get to see it. Was Battersea Power Station was like converted into all different areas. So one part was like a bat cave, one was Mr. Freeze's lair, and one part was like themed to
Oh,
Poison
wow.
Ivy. That was really cool. I just didn't
Yeah.
ever
That's
get to
really
go.
that's really cool.
Oh,
Never went there.
Yeah.
I gave it for the movie before then. The movie before that ruined this one for me, which was great because then it was a shit movie anyway. The movie that you guys liked, I didn't like it so much so that I didn't want to see this one. So when it came out,
Have you seen it? You have
I've seen it.
Okay.
Of course, I've seen it. I had to watch it because I can't help it. But once again, I tried to give the studio my money because that's what helps them. So I waited until I could go to Blockbuster Videos.
Yeah, boy.
Universal
Blockbuster.
works,
A
yeah.
fun fact: as a child, I actually had the novelization of this movie as a book.
Oh, interesting.
No.
If you have it,
I
it's
remember
probably
it being
worth
good.
a bit of money now.
So that was a universal worst, yeah. Or
That
there
was the
another-
universal worst. Few comments have
I'm
come
looking
in
through.
quickly. Frank Torres says Uma Thurman was really proud of that performance. She did her media tour and couldn't stop talking about it. Bless her. Bless her. Gavin Mann says, take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Francis Delon says, Batman and Robin nipple cut versus Cat's butthole cut. Which do you pick? I mean, it's the nipple cut all day, isn't it?
What cat? Oh yeah, cats.
Yeah.
I still got the original version on our server, and I've got the Canadian. Oh crap! It's live. Shit. I'm gonna delete when I get to work tomorrow.
It's fine.
I will delete that when I get to work tomorrow.
Along with my legal copy of Red Hood.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly that one. Gavin
It
Mann
will be
says, I didn't
deleted.
realize we were going to descend into nipple chat. I know. We're bringing the fucking brains tonight, mate. Frank Torres said, George Clooney is upfront about it. We ruined Batman.
This is what I
Yes,
love.
you did.
He apologizes at
Francis
every single
Lalonde
comment.
says, AJ, cool. Mr. Freeze, chill. Right, AJ, mate. It's over to your number one. I have a feeling it's going to be. Well, I know what your number one
But
is.
it's obvious. It's been punted.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah.
What movie is this? I've never seen this before. What is this?
Only the greatest comic book movie. Well, one of them ever.
No.
Oh, it's one of the greatest comic book movies ever done. Come on.
No. I thought you said it is, and I said no.
No.
it's one of. Yeah.
One
Oh,
of, one
one
of,
of.
definitely.
Yes.
Top 5, definitely.
So who's got this at number one? Sorry, AJ. Yes. Who else? Big Tone.
Yeah, number 1.
Okay, so 2 of you have got it at number 1.
Right.
Crack on, lads.
So there we go. Big Tone as well in at number 1. Big Tone, would you like to take the reign? Would you?
Yeah, man, I don't mind because again, it's another film I gushed over.
You know what?
How
After
can you
the
take-
passion you displayed for Batman Begins, I feel like I've been injustice. So
Ooh,
me,
let's
it's
make a
again-
movie of that.
How can you take like a film that got it right on so many levels for me, and then just up the ante? I mean, even at the end of Batman Begins, that little tease with the Joker card had you hyped for the next film.
Yeah.
And then the film come out, man. Now, everyone fell victim to the whole, Heath Ledger, the guy from A Knight's Tale, how's he going to be Joker?
I like The Knight's Tale.
And I like The Knight's Tale. Yeah.
I like
But
The Knight's
again,
Tale. That doesn't make him the Joker.
Exactly. Like, how was that guy going to translate to Joker? Because think of the Jokers we've seen up until that point. Yeah.
everyone said Nicholson can't be
Exactly. It was all older guys, innit? And let's be real, Jack Nicholson had like knocked it so far out of the park. Yeah, with his Joker, his cross between the Cesar Romero Joker and something just utter psychotic from The Shining.
Yeah.
His
Literally.
ultimate Joker. Yeah, he took it, put the bar so high that you just thought, how's this gonna work? But then Heath Ledger, unfortunately, R.I.P. rest his soul with it. Yeah, you know, it was plagued with catastrophe. But damn, if you gotta go, that is the way, man. He's done such an iconic portrayal that like that film basically was about him. That was the Joker movie before the Joker movie. Yeah, that film has so many good one-liners, and the
that's
Joker
why it's my
just
number 2.
kills it. He kills it so hard with some of his lines. Do you want to see a magic trick?
Oh yeah, I know how that works. By the way,
Magic.
I know how that works.
Yeah, Penguin.
I know how that trick works. Oh, spoilers!
I mean, some of the little nuances, like him just grabbing a piece of money and throwing it at the guy's head when he's on top of the the money pile, but set him on fire. Yeah. The whole nurse outfit bit. Come on, man. Like, there's just too many classic movies.
Oh, that hospital scene was some of the best acting ever. Oh, fuck me, it was good. From both of them, from both Heath and Aaron Eckhart. Oh, my word, that scene was good.
See, this is it. I ain't even got to the others, and the others were all great. Like, all brings it. Yeah, again, like, Maggie Gyllenhaal was a great replacement as Rachel Dawes. Yeah, I'm glad they had the balls to kill her off. Yeah.
And she didn't get to finish her speech, which I love that.
Yeah.
All I want to say is, boom. I was
Fuck
like,
you.
Yeah,
oh, I
exactly.
love that.
They also, if we can talk about the cinematography too, one of the problems with Batman Begins is the camera was too close. You couldn't see what was going on. They pulled it way back in this one, and you could follow the action much better. So they learned from their mistakes.
Just talk about the intro to the movie.
Yep. Oh, come on, guys. Brilliant, man.
Just a fucking continuous shot, and then this little insignificant piece of glass shatters, and that's like such a perfect analogy for the whole movie. Here, something small's about to happen, and it's got much bigger repercussions than you realize. It's like, oh, that's so good. That's
on my list of movies that I've seen the most. I've seen this movie the most time, any movie, and it's not by choice. It wasn't by choice. I worked in the cinema at the time, and I was only a projectionist. and they did 35 mil. This movie was quite long, which took 10 reels. We held that movie for 5 weeks in the cinema. If you know anything about films, they come in little reels and you have to splice it together and make it up. After a while, the tapes get loose, which makes it snap. A projectionist had to sit in the screen for each screen just in case it snapped so we can repair it and get it going. I had screen 1 every single showing for 5 weeks, to the point of I know that movie. I can close my eyes and watch that movie in my head. I know music only stops once. Just when the fake Batman hits the glass, the only time there's no music or a heartbeat, there's always a backing track going boom, 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 boom. There's always something there. The entire movie, and it went boom, silence. Then it starts back up again. So there's always that tension you feel is the music constantly playing. There's a heartbeat in the movie going. Great movie. But watching it that many times kind of killed it. No. It's weird because it should be my number 1, but there's a reason why my number 1's number 1. But this movie was so good. What I said at the start was the reason why the Batman movies, I like the people accompanying him. This is a Batman movie starring Joker.
No, I think it's a Joker movie starring Batman. I think it's the best way to put it. Because Joker killed the show.
What Batman did to this? He got in at the start, got bit by a dog.
You stole the Chinaman.
Yeah. He did
Tony
stuff.
Young, I believe.
Tell me what's it called again? Did what Joker did? Just to walk in that part when the gangsters are meeting and
come on.
laugh at the trench coat. And I wear a trench coat. I used to wear a trench coat at the time, not anymore. I'm like, dude, I had a poster of the Joker poster. You know, you get the cinema ones, the full length, the one that's like 3 meters long, on my wall above my bed for so long, to the point when people used to ask me, "Can you take that down because it's creepy?" You know, the shot of him standing with a shotgun at his side, looking over his shoulder. That's what I had for so long. I can't put it up in this house because it's not freaking high.
There is something quite generation breaking about this movie. Sorry, not generation breaking, genre breaking about this movie. This movie completely rewrote the book on what can constitute a comic book movie, because Nolan essentially took the attitude of, you don't need to make it a comic book movie. You can literally make it a crime thriller, which Batman just happens to be in. Like, this movie, first and foremost, is a crime movie. It's not a comic book movie. It's not a Batman movie. It's like a crime movie mixed with this weird fucking like 90s serial killer vibe to it. It's oozes class, man. Just top to bottom. The way it's shot, the fucking sound that Hans Zimmer decided to put to it, the quality.
The soundtracks of both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
The way he kept it grounded. You know, the mansion's gone. Okay, we've got you in this little condo now, and you've got this little underground garage, and the way that the villains remained grounded, like they never pushed the Joker too far in terms of
pieces.
I mean, the truck flip is just one of the best things I've ever seen.
You see your truck flip. I go from the entire chase.
No, the whole thing is amazing, but the sound of that truck going,
that Joker music, which everyone hears the Joker music, but it's just that screech, going on, and then out of nowhere, here comes the Joker. You just hear that screech, you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? It just gets you to, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh god, that is such a good. And then the fact that after you think everything's all good, he's rescued. What's his name? Harvey. He rescued Harvey. He rescued Harvey. He's like, yes, it succeeded. Boom, straight into another dilemma. Joker.
I mean, that face-to-face part with him and what's it like Batman.
The prison scene, the interrogation room.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I mean, Joker smashed it again. The way you threw yourself off the roof for her. Come on, man.
He did this perfect thing when Batman is literally beating the shit out of him,
Just laughing.
You can like he played it so well because you can hear the fear in him. You can tell that he's afraid of this guy literally beating him, but he also shows at the same time it's like it's all you got, and it's still not enough. Like that, that kind of tremble in his voice. You have nothing. Nothing.
He was laughing. He was laughing when he was literally dying. He was laughing when he was dying, being thrown off the edge of the building. You just see him going down, laughing. So
see that part, down, I don't like.
The upside down. I love it when he says, "This is what happens when an unstoppable force encounters an immovable object. Friction." It's like
Let's so once
so
again
good.
For Batman in this. What are we talking about? Joker.
That's what
it's a Batman movie, irrelevant of.
I love Christian Bale. I love his portrayal.
Oh, he is my Batman.
I just think he is just badass. Yeah, like straight. He's the most badass out of all the Batmans. If I seen him storming up to me in the street, best believe I'm scared.
I'll slap him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, oh my gosh.
He's until Twilight Boy proves the whole world wrong this Friday.
It doesn't help you keep referring to him as Twilight Boy. Please refer to him by a more better. Has he been in any other movies?
Tenet.
Don't please no. Refer to another movie again.
Good Times, The Rover, The Lighthouse.
There you go, The Rover Boy, The Rover guy.
No, but what Nico's doing is what the public image of this young gentleman is. You can even go with Harry Potter if you wanted to.
Hey! I'm a fan of the movies.
I'm just saying we could call him by any other name.
Movies?
Anyway, so that was AJ's number one.
Great number one, you guys. Great pick.
Guess what, Nico? You get a chance to talk.
Oh my God! Finally!
Can I say punt? It's my number 0. It's my number 0.
No. Right. The best depiction of Batman we've ever had. Anywhere, in any way, in my opinion. The Dark Knight Returns. Nothing touches this film. Nothing touches this film. Now, we said just now, Dark Knight, love it. Bale's great. Everyone's great. Joker movie. This is a fucking Batman movie. What I loved about this is that as well as showing how grizzled he is, as well as showing his past traumas, it showed how fucking fallible he is and how human he is. That whole part where he's taking on the gangs and he's rallying them to him. He's such a fallible human being in this. The fact that he is again taking a fucking minor to be Robin, it's like, dude, you're such a fucked up character. And what?
This is 2 movies. Are you talking about one of them?
No, it's a deluxe pack. I've got it on
the
DVD.
deluxe one with both of them together. 5 hours.
Cool.
One film.
Sorry, carry on.
First part, his history with Two-Face. Yes, it's a story we've seen a million times, but it's a continuation of that story we've seen a million times. And it's so nice that they fucking took it there. It's like, I don't need to see Two-Face getting the fucking face messed up again in another variation. It's like, no, he's there. We're aware that they've got history. Let's take it up a level. Love it. Joker. His fucking feud with the Joker, and it's literally like out of a Martin Scorsese film. It's literally that whole thing with Joker on the TV show is literally king of comedy. It's literally king of comedy. That scene was so good that they took that scene and they did it again in Joker.
Yeah.
Literally, that scene was so good that it happened again in Joker. And then the culmination. Batman's got all the gangs behind him and he's misbehaving. And he twats Superman. And he doesn't do it by saying, Martha. He doesn't do it by being a bitch like he was in fucking Batman versus Superman. He literally outsmarts him because money, technology, and smart Batman.
Preparation.
And Superman knows not to go too hard on him because Superman doesn't kill. Now, while Batman doesn't kill, Batman knows he's got the same weakness as I do. Other than that, I can beat this guy with this. Now, also as a fighter, you were talking about earlier, what's scarier, an angry guy or a calm guy? Batman was calm for the whole thing. And then we talk about great fucking comic lines. We talk about Avengers Assemble. We talk about the point in Spider-Man No Home. We've had so much comic goodness. The most underplayed fucking line ever in any graphic novel, in any comic book movie, in any fucking film. Nothing has sent goosebumps and chills down my spine more than Batman grabbing a beaten Superman and saying, just remember, in your quietest moments, I want you to remember the one man who beat you. It's like, oh my God, this is Batman. That's Batman.
This was
Can I
my
just say-
number. Go ahead.
Yeah, like
Right, on.
the only reason I'll just explain like why I had this low. It's because again, for me, this is a brilliant film, but it's a one-to-one adaptation. Yeah,
Yes.
and again, it does such an excellent job at it. Yeah, but this is the only reason why I would place the others high, because I enjoyed probably the originality of it more. Yeah.
Sure.
Don't
But
get me
this-
wrong.
But
I'm
if
not
you're going
gonna
if
be-
I could, if I was to put it as like movie adaptations, this may very well take the top spot, because again, for all the times we were moaning it, yeah, like, oh, they didn't follow this, they didn't follow that, they took that out, they did this different. Nah, this is it. If you don't want to like read the comic, innit? I've got the comic over there, but like if you just want to see that story played out, this is it.
This really is it. And you talk about adaptation. It's like they're all adaptations on some level. This was literally a frame-to-frame adaptation. I hear what
that's
you're
my
saying.
point.
Literally frame-to-frame. But it's like, if you're going to do a frame-to-frame adaptation, far worse comics did it off than Frank Miller's reinvention of Batman. And some would
Why
argue
didn't they just
now
do that
the
with BVS?
definitive.
Why didn't they just do that with BVS?
They were going to do
Thank
that.
you.
They started
Thank
doing
you,
that.
thank
and
you,
they
thank
didn't.
you. The thing that makes me so angry with BVS, that battle that they had literally followed the same fight beats that the one from The Dark Knight Returns had. But then
Why did you
instead
say
of
that
saying,
name?
yeah, literally instead of the one man who beat you, we got Martha. Like,
Why did you say that name?
why?
Yeah, I get. All right, this is my number 4. And originally, when I sent the list over to you, I split it as 2 separate movies,
Yes.
as you can see. And I had number 1, then I had a movie in between it, and then number 2. I separated it because number 1 was just showing him coming back. Good movie, showing him come back. Number 2, showing the Joker, who's been catatonic, slowly coming back. And the ending of the Joker, I love how that Joker went out.
I know.
That's
was
gonna
so
scar
freaky.
Batman. It's
So
gonna scar
freaky.
Batman for life. What great way to go out that way. But my gripe with this is the same gripe I've got with every one of this, and it's always with the Batman thing. A god versus a man, and the man always wins. This guy cannot lose any fight. In the comics, he's fought Wolverine and beat Wolverine. He's fought Darth Vader and beat Darth Vader. He's fought Superman and beat Superman.
Leave the fan fiction alone.
But take the
I'm
fan
like-
fiction away, keep it in. It doesn't matter.
These are literal comics. These are actual comics that's out there.
But what we're breaking it down to,
Superman,
irrelevant of
that-
whichever level you take it to, we can say preparation. It also just proves the man's not an idiot. He's not going to walk into a fight he knows he's going to get his ass kicked into.
Yes,
It's not
It
like
says more about Superman. It says more about Superman that he didn't just flick.
This is
into
why I
something
want
and be done with it.
Batman versus what's
Injustice
Superman called it?
Superman.
Injustice. How the hell he beats at Superman? That's still willing to kill him.
Just
Because
remember one
Batman
thing.
sells.
That's because again he had like this, we had the suit in it. Yeah,
Remember one thing though, in that awesome line that Batman
And he
drops
had
on
pills.
Superman. Remember the one man who beat you. Remember
Yeah.
just before he says it,
He had a
what
heart attack.
Superman? He's done his X-ray vision on him, and he's seen the heart's weak. Superman in that moment, despite being a god and an alien god at that, is so fucking human. Whereas Batman arguably has almost lost control. Superman in that moment is far more human than Batman is, because Superman, despite being beaten up, has seen his heart and knows, okay, laser eyes, you're done, right? He has taken mercy on Batman despite being publicly humiliated like that. Batman knows no ends to his hubris. Remember the one man who beat you? Cool, bro. That's a god. You are literally
you
a rich
beat
boy
him?
with a brain.
No, he's letting you win. It's just
He
Superman's
did
like,
let him win.
yeah.
He did let him win.
And he did,
And even
but
at
once
the
again,
end, he let him like go on, even though he seen full well that like
Yeah.
what Batman did, and he still decided.
And by the way, give a shout out to Green Arrow to supply the kryptonite.
yes,
Arrow to help them out.
yes.
And I forgot about the one-armed Green
The
Arrow.
assist.
Yeah, the assist there. But once again, I didn't know that. It really at that point, because I'm a more Marvel fan than DC fan. So when I read this way back when, it was a case of going, for fuck's sake, this guy cannot lose against anyone. I appreciate the actual movie though. I appreciate the adaptation, and I love, because there's a lot of people that won't go out and buy the comic and sit there and read the comic. A lot of people more would watch it and go, yes, this is great, and then still go and buy the comic. So I appreciate that part about it, and I love the fact that he started a new army, and Bruce is dead. So what was going to happen after that? One thing I didn't like about this, I didn't like the bat symbol.
So I'd agree with that. The bat symbol I didn't particularly like, but the animation style I thought was amazing in this cartoon.
So I guess you guys
Loved it. Yeah, it was a very fat bat symbol. There's no doubt.
the Justice League bat symbol.
It was a little bit Batfleck, that bat symbol.
Oh,
no doubt.
That's what they went for, because they were
No,
they were meant to be making that.
Well, I mean, that fucking metal suit that Batfleck wears is straight out of Frank Miller.
The grey in the uniform. That's what got me so excited about Batman vs Superman.
Exactly.
Because
you're going to give us the Dark Knight Returns? No, Martha.
Yeah, that was right. That was
and skinny legs.
Hurting my feelings, man.
Over to you, my man. Your
So,
number one.
My number one is Batman. That's it. Not the Batman, just Batman. The original Batman. With tiny, small, short-ass Michael Keaton. I'm Batman.
He was wonderful in the role.
You guys
I
don't
watched
understand.
I watched it yesterday. Brilliant for me.
You guys don't understand. When this came out, all everyone knew was dancing Batman, pow, pow, nothing dark. It was never dark. And we sat down and we went to watch a movie. I can't remember what movie I went to watch. And all you saw was that bat symbol. Look at this bat symbols. Everyone was drawing that in their books, carving that in their hair. That symbol was everywhere. The movie came out and Prince was the soundtrack. Yo, oh my God, that movie had me. I went to the cinema so many times. My mom took me there because back in them days, a movie would be in the cinema for like a year.
Yeah, right.
So my mom took me repeatedly. Every time, what do you want to do? If I was good in school, that's what I went and watched repeatedly. To the point, my mom got sick of it. My dad took me. I watched that movie so many times. Never got sick of it. I watched it again during my rewatching. Loved it. Loved it. Though, you guys talk about I'm Batman when he was on the tank. You couldn't wait for him to say Batman. At the start of the movie, who are you? I'm Batman. Oh shit! Son. The Batmobile was so stupid, but I loved it. The flames at the back. It drove on its own. It dropped that little bomb. The shield. Oh.
The Batwing, man. The Batwing.
But it comes up and makes the logo. That was all kinds of awesome.
I had that when I had my flat top and a bat symbol in the back of my head for so long.
Can we talk about
Mixed memorabilia says
people?
animation, right? No. Mixed memorabilia. If you're a few minutes behind the stream and you're directing your question to me, The Dark Knight Returns, yes, of course. We're talking about the Michael Keaton original here from 1989.
Batman. I got to
Can
keep
we talk
saying
about how many people that like Batman actually killed in that film? He killed a lot.
Oh, he was a murderer. He was a murderer.
He even tried to kill the Joker straight up. He pulled out rockets, machine guns.
What did he try to? He killed that bat. That bat thing had rockets on it. What's it called again? What's some guns with the spinning part of it?
Yeah, the miniguns.
Miniguns. He had that on his jet.
You're right. In fact, he actually literally thought he killed him earlier when he dumped him into the vat of chemicals. Yeah.
But you know what? I had no form of morals back then. To me, Batman murdered. In the comics, Batman murdered. I didn't know this thing about Batman didn't kill. It was later on I found out, he's a little punk. But then
He's a little
punk. He must have killed like 50 people in that factory, man. Must have.
And then the chemicals gone around. The fact that the Joker made this chemical, but it wasn't a case of this one chemical, the bat smile. It was like if you combine this and this, it will give you the bat smile, and people start laughing, freaking out, and the restaurant put this mask on, and he coming dancing.
Yeah. The lines, man. Jack Nicholson had the lines, the one-liners. Do I look like I'm joking?
Yeah, the electrocution, the handshake.
It's already here. Yeah, Francis Lalonde got it. Do I look like I'm joking?
The handshake. That handshake.
Yeah.
And the girl that he wanted from before, he got her and just destroyed her face.
What made me laugh? One of the things that made me laugh the most in that film, and it happened off camera, when he's like, "Oh, a tragedy happened recently in my life. Alicia took a trip out of the window." Like, you like, yeah.
He was so.
You've all forgotten the best line. Come on.
Enlighten?
Come on.
There's so many in it. There's a lot of them.
No,
like,
guys, there is the one line. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I had a feeling that's what you were going.
You know what? That's
It's
not my
such
favorite
a
line.
badass line.
That's not my favorite line.
Oh, you're mad.
I like the press one better.
I'm Batman.
Batman. What type of world do we live in where a man dressed as a bat gets all my press?
It's such a good movie. I know it's a movie of its time once again, because if I show someone else that now, they're gonna go, have you not seen The Dark Knight? That is so much better. And I go,
Andy Hart knows. Tell me something, my friend. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? He knows it. My God,
It's easy when you
know
can search the
that's the
comments.
line. Huh?
But yeah, it's so. Yeah, you guys don't understand my love for that. I love that movie. And because of that movie, we've had like 1 million Batman movies.
Yeah. I mean, always will.
And now we need to create 4. So here comes the question, AJ. Let me put you back center stage.
Quite easy.
Here comes the question. I feel if The Dark Knight goes on this poll, it kills everything.
Yeah, but we done that with The Godfather Part 2 last week.
You have to put The Dark Knight on.
I don't think you do, because you can create the poll, the top Batman movies, and then in capitals, excluding The Dark Knight. So acknowledging that that's the best. I would phrase it like that. Because legitimately, if The Dark Knight goes in, it will cream everything. And I don't think it's fair that some of these great other Batman movies would be ranked so low. So I'd like to see a bit more of something balanced here.
Can we put Batman Begins then?
Yes. Yes, I think that's a goodie. I'm happy to put Batman Begins on.
I would say The Dark Knight Returns.
Batman.
I would love to put The Dark Knight Returns on if no one's got objections to that.
Or Under the Red Hood. Like one of the two.
Oh, I'll vote more for the Red Hoods. I will vote more for the Red Hoods. Under the Red Hoods.
I mean, you
And
all know which way I'm going to lean.
Phantasm.
Allow it, come on.
AJ, which one? I want to vote for Batman as well. Listen to the
I
name.
would
Batman
Batman
1989.
Batman
Yes.
has to go in there.
I
It has to.
definitely put 1989 over Batman Returns, in my opinion.
Can you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
refer to it as Batman?
Okay, Batman.
Yeah, I just want to hear AJ's call it the Batman once.
I got it. First time. The Lego Batman movie. You're so fucking trying to find an argument to put Batman Forever in there. Look at his face. Look
No,
at my
no
man's
way.
face.
I'm not.
He's not going to be
What's
murdered.
your
movie
thoughts,
like
I was-
AJ?
I'm really sad. I was genuinely looking forward to you formulating this argument. I was ready for it too. I was
I find
really
it
like,
awesome. The world doesn't. I'm not going to go and just let you shit on
No,
it.
I like it as well, man. This is my number 10.
No, but it is what it is.
I love you, Big Tone. It's my 10 too, to be fair.
Yeah.
I put it on, AJ.
No. No, because the way I'm breaking it down is looking, and as far as I'm concerned, as much as it's different as part of that quadrilogy, like I know they are kind of separated into 2 films. It's there. We've got the animation. Well, the animation is still to be debated. To be fair, I would prefer Red Hood, personally speaking.
Really?
3 versus 1.
Well, I lose that one. I think you're
Well, I don't know, Tom,
mad,
which way
bro.
did
Yeah, but there's 4 films in it, so basically we got Batman 1989.
No.
Batman.
Which animation? If you had to pick an animation.
Yeah, and
Red
I'll
Hood.
get to that. We've got Batman Begins. Then we've got the Red Hood. But then what would be the fourth one? Because we could put another animation.
Well, this is what I'm trying to look at as to
The
what is
Lego
different.
Batman movie.
Yeah,
I would
actually,
actually put-
yes. Yes,
But
I
me
would put that
personally,
one.
I would go Red Hood and the Dark Knight Returns.
I would do
Both
this.
of them.
I toyed with that, and it would. I don't know how well Lego Batman would be received. I think
Which is
it
why
would-
we should do Under the Red Hood and Dark Knight Returns.
yeah.
How many people have seen Dark Knight Returns?
I've
How
seen
many
that.
people you think? How many people have seen that? You think?
Chat,
be
help
fair,
us
based on
out. How
some
many
of-
of you have seen my number one, The Dark
But
Knight
based on the
Returns?
comments, I
Need
don't
some
think
help
too
from
many
you all,
people
please.
Hadn't heard it.
Also, while we're doing this, if you haven't already, please start dropping your Rushmores in just to help us maybe get an idea. Yes, mixed memorabilia going to buy every Batman film on physical media.
I've actually
doing
got it. Well, apart from the animation.
Let's
one.
put on
All the other ones.
1966 in there.
The thing is, I know it just get creamed. It's just not even worth.
You never know, You
But
never know. Some people might
as
just.
an argument for variety, and it is completely different, but it wouldn't fare well.
Francis Lalonde is suggesting we put The Dark Knight on the poll.
So we
And
can have a number
definitely
one.
1989 on poll.
Mm.
Frank Torres
Ah.
says throw Lego Batman in there.
Yeah, I think Lego Batman under the Red Hoods.
I mean, to be fair, stop
Batman.
animation. It is completely different. It is
Andy
different.
Hart's preaching this. A Nolan, a Burton, the Lego
This is
Batman
what I'm
movie, and
thinking.
an animation. That's kind of where
This
I'm
is that.
leaning.
That's a
kind
good.
of
That's a
the way
good.
I'm leaning.
Good shout.
Cool.
It'd have
So
to be
then,
that.
so then
I
it's
wasn't
Red
cool
Hood
with
or
that.
Returns.
Well, I think we most leaned Red Hood.
I
Red
mean,
Hoods.
I like Red Hood, did it? Yeah.
I hate you.
Red
all.
Hoods. You're welcome.
It was. I
I'd
told
do
you,
All
it was
that fucking
exactly-
time for 3 hours I wait to talk, and then my number one isn't even hyped enough to make the fucking Rushmore.
I would put it on the Rushmore, innit? But like, you guys don't.
It could be at the back of the Rushmore. the part no one sees.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's read off some people's Rushmores. Ali Kamzir from a few hours ago, literally from a few hours ago. Before I go for later, these are my top 4: Batman versus Dracula, Gotham Knight,
Oh no.
Batman Returns, and 1989's Batman. Mixed Memorabilia says my Rushmore is any Batman animated movie ever made.
Yeah, that's a good
Batman 1989, another animated movie, say Phantasm, and then The Dark Knight.
one.
Francis
different.
Lon says Silver Screen Dudes, my Rushmore. Batman 1966, The Dark Knight,
Hey.
Batman 89, and Batman Begins.
Yeah.
It's a goodie. And then goes at no, done that already. Jackie Gomez says the top 10. TDK2, The Dark Knight.
There you go.
Nah,
Is
the
that
two
Rises
is-
or
I think at the
Returns?
start of the Dark Knight
It's
trilogy.
too close.
Dark
It's
Knight
too close, isn't it? Yeah, the two is.
Okay.
One is the Dark Knight. Two is under Red Hood.
2 is on, The Dark Knight, Under the Red Hood. 3, Batman
Oh, yeah.
Begins. 4, The Dark Knight Returns. 5, Batman Returns. 6, Mask of the Phantasm. 7, Batman 1989. 8,
Eight,
Year
Year One.
1. 9, Batman The
Oh,
Long
God,
Halloween.
Jackie, how you doing?
Long
Look,
Halloween's a
man,
good one.
no one's mentioned the Long Halloween or Hush.
Long Halloween's a goodie.
or Batman
can go-
Hush.
I've not seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I've
can
not
go
seen
chill.
one.
I watched that one. I can go chill. You know, I tried to watch Death in the Family. It's just a recap.
Andy Hart says my top 4 movies: The Dark Knight, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, and Batman 89. So basically, the first 2
Solid.
movies of the two trilogies.
Solid.
And Gavin Mann says Batman Returns, Dark Knight 2, Batman Begins, and Batman 89.
Solid.
Great number one.
Solid.
Yeah.
We done?
From long as Batman's on there, I'm not referring to you.
Have
but
you
as
got them all,
89.
AJ?
I've got them.
What's your? Have you
Yeah,
got
we've
your
got-
4?
We've got
You
the
got your
Rushmore. Let's do
Right,
it.
okay, let me see this. You know, Big Tony's felt good voting, right?
Huh?
I missed that one.
So good, so good. I'm trying shit.
And now for the Batman Rushmore, the official Movie Mount Rushmore of first time the Batman movies in no particular order is
Batman Begins.
Our second entry is
Lego Batman.
Our third entry is
Batman Under the Red Hood.
our final entry into the movie Mount Rushmore of Batman movies is
Batman 1989.
Yeah.
If you need
You know
it.
what? This is the first Rushmore I fully agree with.
Oh, really?
Wow, the first.
There's
So all the
always
time,
one on there that I'm just like, come on, guys.
all the time, it's like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Five
Why you
pieces,
got one on?
deep. That is one that someone's agreed with. Cheers.
Got one.
Okay.
You know why?
Little announcement now. Because Gavin Man's asking here next week's topic. So,
Let's go break.
are you ready?
He said, "Are you ready?" Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, literally. Are you ready? We promised you something at the beginning of season 5, and the time has come because Dickhead here has his birthday this coming Sunday, which can mean only one thing. Next week on Tuesday is our first ever drunk Rushmore.
I can't wait for that one.
We are
One
getting
glass.
drunk, and we are getting
One
drunk with you guys. The idea is very simple. We will have a top 10 whereby the top 10 topic will be revealed in just a moment. Topic is we'll have a top 10 topic as we normally do. We will count down just between AJ and I as we normally do, and we invite the screeners to come and proverbially fuck with us. So what happens? The topic is the top 10 action scenes. So we're going for scenes here. So you have, as screeners, the ability to come on, tell us movies, and if we haven't seen them, we got the drink. It's as simple as that.
Indeed.
Now, we've made it fair. Action movies are something that AJ and I are quite versed in because, frankly, we'd like to not be rushed to the hospital with liver poisoning. But by that same token, we also know that our community are ridiculously knowledgeable. So I'm figuring I'm still not going to be sleeping in the same bed as my wife next week. I'll be sleeping on the sofa. So I see that coming. I feel like we're going to be getting very drunk. But yeah, next week, first drunk Rushmore.
There we go.
I just have to
love the
say,
name.
I'm gonna
Love the
I'm gonna
name.
fuck y'all up.
Mm.
I'm gonna research it just to fuck y'all up.
Yeah, so-
Bollywood, Nollywood, the Jamaican old classic. You're getting-
If you haven't seen it, then no.
trust me, I'm off for 2
Oh,
days.
no, I've seen some obscure.
I'm watching a
movies.
lot of movies.
Trust me.
Action
I'm
movies,
too-
yeah?
Yeah, some like ones you wouldn't believe, man. Some Poundland ones, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, I've seen so many B movies. So many B movies. Oh.
I was about to actually just look at my own DVD collection. There's gonna be some ones you ain't seen in there.
My mission now is: can I murder 2 people on a live stream? with
No,
alcohol?
these 2 people are your friends.
I'm gonna go crazy.
So what we'd really like to do for next week, everyone, is have as big an audience as possible. Like, if ideally, I'd love us to get James Bond numbers again, but I don't see that happening with action movie scenes. But it would be nice. We want all of our film family to come. We'll do a daily countdown on Twitter, T-7 days until the Drunk Rushmore, etc. But yeah, if you could all try and bring people with you next week. With the emphasis, it's not even a movie show at this point. It's literally, hey, do you want to come on a live stream, say some movie names, and watch these guys get fucked up? That's literally the show we're doing next week.
And no wimpy alcohol, guys, man. I'll see you. No beer.
No. I've already made. I'm
I'll be
beer,
cool.
red wine, and tequila.
Yeah, you can start off gentle.
I'll allow red
or-
wine.
Starting with beer, then I'm moving on to red wine, then it's tequila time.
Yeah, so let me guess. Are y'all doing it the usual 10
3,
to 7?
2, 5. 3, 2, 5.
Cool. So we do one form of drink in one
Mhm.
another form of drink another, and
That's
another.
the plan.
Yes.
That's
So
the
my plan now is to hold back for the first part and hold. So by the time you get to shots, murder time.
And the idea
And
is that
also-
AJ and I are going to be honest.
Also, it'd be great to if people just give you a coffee to sober up for the next week, for the next day.
I was gonna say that's the next thing. Speaking of coffees, guys, thank you for that hint, Den. So if you've liked the show today, guys, you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. The link to that is in the description below on both YouTube and for the podcast listeners, it's in the description below. Buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. And literally for less than your daily Starbucks. And I mean literally, it's £2. It's like nothing, I think. You can show your support to the Silver Screen Dudes. It would be really grateful next week, considering that a lot of corners of the internet are going to be attempting online murder, apparently. But yeah, if you do like our content, guys, buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. Link in the description below. Please do show your support for the channel. If you happen to be listening to us on podcast, AJ,
Guys, it's Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Tune in, Stitcher, and Geo7, and just search for Movie Mount Rushmore.
and that, as I said, for those of you watching us live, the episode will be available on our podcast platforms. All of those links are in the description below. If you're one of our podcast listeners and you want to come and join the Drunk Rushmore, it's next Tuesday. That's the 8th of March at 8:30 p.m. UK time. We really hope you'll join us there.
Right. Okay. Just before we get into the 3-hour 35, because I'm going to do this as quick as possible because it's going to be 3.5. Guys, so the Silver Screen Dudes, along with our friends, have found the 4 quintessential Batman movies. Now it's over to you to crown the Capitan, El Numero Uno, the Dark Knight. And to quote Highlander, in the end, there can be only one. So how do you do that? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is head on over to @We Love Movies. That's good old movie polls for you, headed by JT. We will be retweeting JT's post and we will be pinning that. So once again, you will be able to vote for between Under the Red Hood, Batman, Lego Batman, and Batman Begins. That's the 4. Yeah, I didn't have to read it again. So guys, just go over there. You only get the 1 vote and the winner will be crowned next week. It should have been Batman Forever, but hey, this is life. We move on. Okay. Yeah, got that in pretty quickly.
No one's attacking you. Carry on.
Come again?
The Anthony Jordan. Carry on.
The Anthony Jordan. I should have said that. Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Can I say this? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
it was
you
a
as
blast.
well. It's a
This is what I
pleasure.
was also gonna
Always
say.
a
Yeah,
pleasure.
it was a blast. And I
So
wasn't as much
then-
of a dick as I thought I was going to be. So, hey.
Den the
Hey.
Tech, Big Tone, it's a pleasure having you guys in any form of pod or online platform. It's always out there. Are there any socials, anything you would like to plug for yourselves for people to be able to follow you or contact you or anything? You may just say, leave me alone. The choice is yours.
I'm Den the Tech on everything. And
Okay.
I've already started the drunk text from last time. Just my wine is finished now.
Is there a UFC show you'd like to plug?
Yes, actually. I am doing this UFC show with my man Nico right there. It's a bit rough at the start, so we've only done 1 episode. It's only going to improve. The name has changed so many times over the last week because there's a lot of fight shows. Right now it's called Shoot Fight Fans.
Shoot.
The reason for that? Yeah, Shoot Fight Fans.
Like it.
We're coming from the world of wrestling, and if you know, shoot fighting in wrestling is real fighting. So
That's how MMA actually got started. Shooter.
Mhm.
yep, Shooto. So Shoot Fight Fans. Check it out on YouTube and follow it. Get some subscribers. It will develop. You can see from our lovely background that I'm working on it. So hey,
Cool.
see y'all
Nice. Thank you. Tone, anything you'd like to put out there, mate?
Live long and prosper.
Perfect. That sounds cool. Right.
Unlimited
Okay,
power.
guys. So until the next week, Thank you, Dan, for the top t-shirt plug there. Guys, as always, just want to say a huge thank you to absolutely everybody, because without you, there is no us. So we truly appreciate everything that you guys have done there. Please do tune in next week. I can't read that. One. Out of many, one people.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Look after each other.
That's the one. So yeah, and as Den always says, tell 5 people to tell 5 people. It will spread the word. It's been an absolute pleasure. I don't want to drag this out because I said before 3:35. So guys, thank you very much. See you all next week, and we do truly appreciate you each and every week. And remember, movie MT Rushmore. You can cast your vote. So until the next time, I am the Anthony Jordan. The one AJ. Hashtag I'm with AJ, guys. Get those up. Yeah, we're out. See ya.
See ya.
Then the tech.
Nico Lurot.
See ya.